Hey, what's up, you guys? Okay, I'm very excited today because we have some awesome sponsors. Yay! First of all, our friends over at Squarespace. We've talked about them before. They are awesome. It is the all-in-one platform that makes it fast and easy to create your own professional website, portfolio, and online store. For a free trial and to get 10% off, go to squarespace.com/Shane and enter the offer code, which is Shane, at the checkout. It'll make a better website site for you, and it's really easy, so check it out. Also, I just want to let you guys know that something that's really important to us is making sure that our sponsors match the audience, because I don't want to be promoting things that you guys don't want.
Exactly.
So to help us do that, you guys can go and complete a quick survey. It'll literally take like not even 5 minutes. And it's just a quick survey about you and your preferences and stuff. And it'll help get our sponsors to match you guys better. So if you complete the survey, you'll be entered into a monthly raffle that's ongoing, and you could win a $100 Amazon gift card.
$100, yeah.
It's pretty awesome. We're not going to share your email address. Like, you're not going to get spam or any of that crap. Just go to www.podsurvey.com/Shane. That's www.podsurvey.com/Shane to get your chance to win the $100 Amazon gift card and help us a little bit with the show. All right, so now let's get into it. Get ready, because I have a lot of ear candy for you. Delicious. Oh. Hey guys. I have no idea what that was.
For the record, I said I was so still during that. I was trying so hard not to make a noise, not a peep.
No, but you don't want to make a peep, because you don't want to take away from that genius that was Farrah Abraham's song called Caught in the Act. Don't worry, we'll review it later in the podcast.
Is that new?
It's new to me. I don't know. Every time I go to iTunes and type in her name, more and more things pop up. There's a lot of things are popping up in her life. We'll get to that later.
Pun intended.
Nice. I'm just going to say, I'm like really tired today.
You sound it.
I'm like, okay, here's the thing, guys. I'm in one of those moods today where I just want to die. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like the thought of like, you know, like when I was in my car, I was like, oh, if I turn my car on and don't open the garage door, I don't have to go to the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
What is wrong? That is a horrible. Do not do that at home.
No. Well, first of all, you know what's funny? When people talk about suicide, which is all the time around me.
Sure.
Because people just want to get away.
You know what's funny? Just suicide. No, it's not funny.
All we talk about is suicide.
That's horrible.
I talk about suicide a lot. Not because I'm like demented I'm a little demented, but I'm interested in like the ways, you know, when I first meet somebody, usually people are like, oh, like, what's your interest? My first question is like, if you had to kill yourself, how would you do it? And it tells me a lot about the person. For me, the garage thing is so obvi. Like, all you do is go in the car, turn on the car, don't open the garage door, and just like chillax for a while, and then you're done. You're gone.
That is like, I don't even.
But then some people, like my friend was like, I'd hang myself. I'm like, okay, first of all, that's like going to Disneyland and like committing to using the public bathroom. Like, you know it's gonna be bad. You know it's gonna be painful. You know you're like.
For the record, I have no problem with public bathrooms.
Disneyland public bathrooms?
I've
never. You see how many turkey legs are walking around in that park?
It's so true.
Anyways, I mean, like, okay, so hanging themselves. I'm like, first of all, hanging yourself. I don't even know, where would I do it? I don't have any like, I'm too tall. Like, so I already reach my ceiling. And then people are like, you do it in the closet. I'm like, my fucking closet is smaller than ever, and there's wigs everywhere. There's no room to hang myself. And I'm like, what do you hang yourself with? They're like, a belt. And I'm like, okay, first of all, like, my belt, my neck is almost the same size as my waist, both huge. But like, I don't have a belt big enough to hang myself. And they're like, you just use like a rope. I'm like, where? Nobody has rope. Like, who am I, Tim Allen in Home Improvement? I don't have a rope chilling in my house. And then people are like, well, then obviously then you just slit your wrist. I'm like, slit my wrists? I'm like, that's like, first of all, what if you don't die? Like, I've seen Jurassic Park, and like a raptor like tore up that little girl's wrist, and she survived. So like,
she totally survived. And it's really nice. Like, dinosaurs are like real. So like that made sense to me.
Like, that made sense.
Like that, yeah.
I don't know. And then people are like, well, why don't you just like jump off a building? I'm like, first of all, when you hit the ground,
I want to jump off a building listening to this conversation. This is horrible. Can we not talk about the ways in which one should kill themselves?
You know what, though? This is real life.
No, it's not.
I don't. I know. Am I alone here? Do you guys talk about this with your friends? I'm sure you do. I know people are like, "Oh, suicide. It's a touchy subject." I get it. It's a touchy subject. I'm not telling anybody to kill themselves. Well, I mean, if you're hanging out with me, you want to probably kill yourself
right now.
But I think it's interesting. And then, people are like, well, I'd like to be lit on fire. I'm like, who are you? Like, lit on fire? That's like, what are you, a witch? That's the longest way to die, like to be lit on fire. And by the way, what if the fire like runs out and then you're still alive, but you're just like half burned? Like,
oh God, burn victims are like, I can't look. It's so sad. Like it's terrible.
No, it's pretty bad. I had oh God, this is
all right.
too
We
dark.
don't. Can we not?
I was gonna go into a whole burn victim story.
No,
but
let's
I'm gonna
not.
pass out on it.
Let's talk about how I sprained my ankle.
No, well, first of all, I want to ask you, like, if you had to kill yourself. Okay, let me preface this by saying this isn't about like depression or anything, because if you're suicidal, you should obviously go and get help and fix it. But like, say there's a zombie apocalypse and like there's zombies everywhere, and we're sitting in this podcasting room, and like a zombie walks by, and we're like, okay, we're about to fucking get killed. So let's kill ourselves. How would you want to do it?
Overeating.
Chick-fil-A.
I would do it.
Okay, that's interesting. I don't think I could die from overeating though.
I think you probably could.
I think I've stretched my stomach out to the max where like I could fit a tank in there. Like it doesn't. How would you die?
I don't know. I would just eat. Like I honestly think like if I was like last day on earth, I would just like eat like everything. Like I would just eat like so much pasta.
It makes me sad.
That's my choice.
Yeah, like I'm not sad about the whole talking about suicide. I'm more sad about thinking about you overeating emotionally.
Oh God, it makes me. It's sort of the light at the end of the tunnel. So I sprained my ankle. I have kinkle. I have a kinkle. I have like a giant kinkle, and now I feel that I have. My friend was like, you have to just get as fat as like you have to be the same size as your kinkle. So I have to just keep eating. So I had.
It did. I'm gonna be honest. Like in the corner of my eye, I thought I had Mama June sitting next to me.
It's.
That leg is just.
It is.
That's the tree of life.
Talk about a turkey leg. Like it is like, it is like a thought. I mean, it is so huge. So yesterday my friend brought me Chick-fil-A, and I was really not sure if I was going to like it because as people I'm sure know, I live tweeted a McDonald's experience recently. The first time I had it in like 10 years, and it was disgusting. Like it was not worth it. It didn't even taste like anything. It was gross. I got to tell you, man, Chick-fil-A, that shit is. What?
Did it taste homophobic? Like when you bit into it, did you hear a gay person screaming?
A little bit.
And you liked it?
A little bit. I actually don't. I feel like they're not as bad in anti-gay. I literally haven't had Chick-fil-A since college, which let's not talk about how long ago that was. My friend was literally in the drive-thru Chick-fil-A, and I was like, I sprained my ankle, and she's like, well, I'm actually going to be by your house. I'm like, bring me Chick-fil-A. And she was like, I'm doing this. My favorite was like, she was like, I'm doing the diet Chick-fil-A, so I'm getting just the nuggets and a salad. Like the nuggets are the diet version of it.
I mean, I don't understand. I've only had Chick-fil-A once in my entire life.
It's so fucking good.
And I did not understand the hype. And then I was uncomfortable with the man in the cow outfit. And it was like an amusement park in there. There's like a lot of kids and a lot of people in costumes.
I didn't have to go in. I mean, it was brought to me, like in my pain. They have so many sauces.
Wait, you made your husband go and get you that?
No, my friend. My friend called me, and I was like in tears because I had like just gotten home because I'd sprained my ankle.
Wait, did your husband eat it?
He was at work. No.
Oh, this is
like the middle of the day. It was me alone on a couch with a broke ass ankle eating big fat.
What were you watching?
Myself eating the Chick-fil-A. I wasn't watching anything. I was just like literally tears streaming down my face.
You don't have like a food like a eating show?
Sure. You're asking what the experience was yesterday. I was like crying and eating Chick-fil-A, and it made it better. See, I didn't feel bad afterwards either, which is so bad. Like I thought I'd feel like gross afterwards.
That's how it starts.
I know. Next
time I see you, you're going to be like
huge.
500 pounds.
Huge.
Which is great for me because like when we pose next to each other,
right.
I already look huge because you have like a weird small head and like a tiny like weird body, like lanky. And
my God, that was the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
It's so nice. So like it looked like when
I do have
a
small head. I have like a pinhead. It's terrible.
No, it looks like a cockroach and like a fucking praying mantis. It's like
cool.
So
who's the cockroach in this?
That would be me.
Okay, go.
Because like I'm not fat, but I'm like wide. Like I'm a wide set person.
Sure.
Like, even if I got really, really skinny, which I have been at one point in my life, I was still like wide. Like when I stood to the side, everybody's like, he's so skinny. And when I faced forward, they're like, he's wide.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't get through small spaces. Like when you park in like the Target parking lot.
Who gets
and
through
like
small spaces?
Yeah, and you try to like, okay, so you have the two rear view mirrors, like your rear view mirror and then the other person's rear view mirror. And there's like a small gap and you're like, I can do it. Today I can do it. And then every day I could not do it. Even when I like got down to like my goal weight. I was like, I can fucking, this is the moment. I'm going to walk through it and I'm going to cry on the other side.
Do you remember we were in Pittsburgh and somebody was trying to get our car out of a parking lot and they couldn't get to the car because they were too fat to get through it? And I felt so badly.
Well, okay, so here's what happened, guys. So we're standing there, and we were staying in this hotel where they had valet. Like and you had to do it.
Right.
Like it was snowing. Like it was. I think it was free. Whatever, or we paid for. I don't remember. But anyway, so the valet guy's standing there, and he's like a big old teddy bear guy.
Big guy.
And he's like, "Oh, get your car for you."
Like 20 minutes later.
20 minutes later, he came back in and he said, "I want to get somebody else." And we're like, "Oh," and then he didn't have to tell us why.
No.
But he was like trying to make a joke about it. He's like, "I was too fat to fit in the rearview mirror and try to get in. Huh? I was too fat."
Both of us were like wanted to cry.
And I was just like, okay. Okay. And then he's like, being fat, too fat. And he kept saying it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to have a moment where maybe he saw that I used to be fat, like by looking in my eyes. So like, I wanted to say to him, like, you don't have to make fun of yourself. We understand. Go find somebody else.
I was just sad, like imagining him like trying to fit through the space for like 20 minutes and like really trying. Like he was trying.
Oh, that's like when I used to try to go on roller coasters and I would like lift up my pouch. I had a pouch because...
Think a kangaroo pouch?
Yeah, because I feel like that's cuter than my
like you could put things in it?
obese stomach. And I would like lift it up and try to like get the belt underneath because I'm like, my waist is small, right? And it was bad. I know. And then I even had
this
like...
is the saddest podcast you've ever done.
It's real, guys. And then I had like the lady that worked at Knott's Berry Farm. She'd walk over and be like, "You need help?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm just trying to like, fit." And then she'd be like, suck it in, boy, suck it in. And I'm like trying to suck in and I'm like, ugh. And everybody in line is like, hurry up. It was a nightmare. I didn't get in. I got kicked off the roller coaster.
Must have been really hard for you. I've always been really lanky, so...
You know what's probably hard for you, though, is like... like in high school or even middle school or for you elementary school when you had to do like fire drills, you probably couldn't fit under the desk because you were so fucking tall. Like that was probably hard, right? Or like when they're like, stand under the doorway and you're like, but I'm too tall for the doorway. And what's cool, we both relate to them.
Sixth grade dancing. The only boy that would ask me to dance was Bobby Dunlap, and he was like 8 heads shorter than me, and like I just like dancing with him, slow dancing. It was so sad.
Oh my god, it probably looked like a mama hen and a baby chicken.
He was literally a baby chicken, and he was the only boy that would ask me to dance.
Like we both relate though. Like both of us were like too big in different ways
to
like be shoved into lockers. Like I was too fat, like you were too long, so like. That's like, oh my god, that makes me want to cry.
Because I love how in any other scenario we would have been shoved in lockers.
Oh, please. Like, people in school fucking hated me. That's why when kids are like, bullying has become a problem.
It's
like,
always been a problem.
It's always been a problem.
It's always been
it's
a
just
problem.
The
I
issue.
switched schools in 7th grade because those bitches were fucking cruel.
Oh my god.
Bitch threw gum in my hair, Tony John. I will come get you.
Oh.
I'm still
you're just
mad.
Throwing first and last names.
I
left
am.
and
I
right.
just did. It's a fairly generic name, but she threw gum in my. She was like my best friend, and then she like got really mean and just didn't invite me in her club. Oh my god, it was awful. I would come home crying, and then one day she threw gum in my hair, and finally my mom like went to her mom's house and was like, "This is fucked up," and her mom was like, "She told me what happened. It was an accident." Because like throwing gum in a girl's hair, that's like
honestly that is an accident because like sometimes when I'm throwing my gum,
sure,
just like randomly. No, one of my friends. One of the first things I realized with how crazy bullying had gotten when I was like in 6th grade, my friend came to the class crying. I'm like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Where's your backpack?" And she's like, "It's in the nurse's office." I'm like, "Oh, why?" And she's like, "Somebody took it in PE class and put it in the toilet and had their period on it."
Oh god, that's so gross.
And I was like, "That's specific." I'm like, because like I understand peeing on a backpack, but like because you're a bitch. But like having your period, how do you know? Like, do you feel it? Like, oh, it's coming, or like,
specific.
or how does a period work? Do you wring out your vagina?
So what? Tell me the visual again. So they took her backpack.
They took her backpack in the nurse's office. They kept it there. I don't know for evidence or whatnot. And she said that a girl took her backpack in the bathroom and had their period on it.
It doesn't really work that way. It's not.
That's what I thought.
It doesn't
I'm like,
really.
It's not like a picture of Kool-Aid.
It's not like a picture of Kool-Aid. Like it's not really. There's very rare where it's like really drippy. You know what I mean? So like it's.
I don't know though because sometimes
it happens.
I used the girls' bathroom in middle school because I could pass. Let's be honest. And.
No, you'll have like,
and I'd see, not only would I see some blood, but I'd see like chunks. And that to me, I was like, did somebody throw up their hot Cheetos in here? And then I'm like, no, oh my God, that's eggs.
No, sometimes like on one day of it, like when you're yeah, there could be a little bit of chunkage, but for the most part.
Oh, chunkage?
For the most part, it's really up there. And that's why you stick things up there to get it.
Interesting.
It's not really, it doesn't really like.
Okay, question.
Drip.
Question. You know how like I love, for me and a lot of other people, like I just like love picking picking scabs. Like I love it. Like if I have a scab on my leg, I'm picking at it. Is that how it is? Like, do you just like lay on the couch and just like put your finger up there and just like scratch at it and like get all that chunkage?
Well, it doesn't scab, so there's nothing.
Well,
to
but what I'm
scratch.
saying is the chunkage is like a.
No, I think
podcast.
I think what you probably enjoy with the scabs is the pickage, and there's no there's no picking.
No, it's not just the pickage; it's the blood on my fingers.
It's so fucking gross.
It is.
Yes.
I should probably kill myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Way to bring it home. Way to call back.
Call back.
Call back. Okay, let's talk about Fair Abraham.
Wait, speaking of killing myself, I have found the new Coachella. And by the new Coachella, I mean the new miserable, hot, horrible place I never fucking want to go in my life.
Horrible.
And it's called the Renaissance Fair.
Oh, the Ren Fair. I always like think it would be. Okay, let's tell people what it is first.
Okay.
Because people don't know.
Ren Fair. So basically what it is a fair where everybody
like a festival fair
pretends
kind of
like they're from medieval times.
Like the Renaissance.
And there's no like electronics and like all the booths are like, you know, here, buy some of my homemade corsets. And then they have like
horseshoes. It's
and
like
they have swords everywhere. And when the king walks around, you have to bow down to him. And all the food is like, well, it's like Disneyland. It's like turkey legs and there was this woman walking around who was like,
so you've been?
I've been twice against my will.
I've almost gone because I've always thought it like sounds like this fun thing to do, and then I've always been like, that sounds horrible, and never.
Dear God, no, guys, don't fucking go.
It's like they have the same billboard up in Hollywood every year that like comes this time of year. It's up right now, and it's like every year I'm like, oh yeah, that's that. No.
And here's the thing. People say like I was telling one of my friends about it and they're like, I want to go. It sounds nerdy. And you know, I'm such a nerd. I'm like, you're not that much of a nerd. Like you don't understand. There's a difference between being like, I'm nerdy and being a fucking Renaissance person. Like there is like okay. You walk in, right? Like this was my experience. I think I might have talked about this. I might have actually vlogged this a long time ago. It was a couple years ago. I walk in and I like didn't have any cash. And they were like, we only accept cash because what are cards? We don't understand technology.
They don't even take credit cards?
No. So I'm like, hi, is there an ATM? And the woman's like, oh, an ATM? I've never heard of that before. I'm like, that's hilarious. I need to get cash. And she's like, what is cash? And I was like, okay, this is really funny. Gladys, the woman who works at Denny's, like I know you, like we know each other, like I know you're volunteering here, like I get it.
How many times do they have to have that conversation? Like
every fucking time, and they love it. And I was like, okay, well, I don't have any money. She's like, money? Oh, we don't take money. We take favors. If you want to help me milk my cow. I was like, Gladys, honestly, I'm gonna be honest right now. You're wearing a name tag. You know what made that name tag? A printer. You know what made a printer? A fucking computer. I know you guys have ATM machines, Gladys. It turned into like a 30-minute thing, and then the king came over and he's like, is it what's that word? What's like the old word for a problem? Conundrum? I don't fucking know. And I was like, yeah, no, king. I'm just trying to. And he's like, you didn't bow down to me. Literally. And all my friends are eating this up. Just like, this is the best day ever.
What do you do when you get in?
I got in. This is the other worst part. So you finally get in after, an hour of trying to find money. And then, okay, I don't know how else to explain this except for like, there's a bunch of sets that you're walking through to get to the fair.
Do you have to be dressed up? Because you don't have to.
But everybody will come up to you a million times and be like, why are your pants so tight? I can see your balls. Like just making fun of like today's fashion. Don't even walk in there with that scarf you're wearing. They'll choke you to death with it. Anyway, so so while you're walking past, there's like scenes happening, like with not like high school students, but like older people who are trying to be actors, and they're like okay, like you'll walk by a house set and there's like a whole family of actors sitting around this table eating this fake dinner, having like real conversation that's probably scripted, and nobody's watching. Like you just walk past it. But while you're walking past it, you hear it being like, today the king told me that I was a whore. And they're like having this whole conversation, but nobody's watching. It's like walking by a play that nobody's watching.
It's like, I feel like it's a Civil War reenactment. Like you hear about those things. It's like they reenact.
But like with worse people, because this isn't like educational. This is just like horrible.
I always thought it was like a cool thing. Like when I was single, I'm like, I should go on a date to the Ren Fair. Like that would be like a thing to do.
No, I went with some nerdy people that I'm friends with, Brittany Louise Taylor, like that whole crew. This was a few years ago.
She's on nerdy.
Oh, she's a fucking big old nerd. But she loves it and she admits to it. So I went with all these nerdy people. And they were all like, Shane, you're gonna fucking love this. Because like it's so funny. And here's the thing. I love going places where I can people watch, especially somewhere like that where the people need to be watched. But even people like Brittany and people like that afterward were like, that was fucking horrible. Like, it's horrible. It's so hot. It's like 1,000,000,000 degrees. Everything's so expensive. They're like, I was like, hi, I just need like a drink of water. And they're like, oh, you know how much energy it takes to find the water. And we have to have the rain drop into the bucket. And like, they're charging me like $80 for a bottle of water. And and everybody smells like balls. And then you have like all these like, listen, I'm fine with the bigger women, but you have all these bigger women who are like shoving their boobs in your face. And it's not boobs, it's just fat. Like, listen, I used to have fat boobs. Like, I get it. Like, you could just push up your fat and make it look like boobs. That's what these women were doing. They were just pushing all their fat out of their dresses. So they just have these big, I'm going to call them foobs. These big fat boobs just hanging over and getting in your face and like touching you with them.
I just want to say today's podcast brought to you by the Ren Fair.
Brought to you by Foobs. We're so excited about our sponsor, Foobs. Anyways, long story short, the reason I brought this up is because last night I had a friend be like, we should go to the Ren Fair.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I was like, no. And I can't. And she's like, I'm such a nerd though. It'd be so fun. I'm like, you don't understand. So for everybody out there that doesn't understand, can you just trust me? Just don't go. Just
here's the thing that I think you and I really relate to, and like it's like I know you and I both hate the idea of like going through like loud, very hot, crowded places. Like I just the idea, like I just would rather do anything else in the world. Like
like if I had to pick between standing in line for a ride at Disneyland and like going back in time and having this is too far. Never mind. Take two. There was a Holocaust joke coming up. If I had to pick between two horrible situations, I would pick the worst one where I ended up dead. Because standing in line, that's another thing. Somebody was telling me like, oh my God, I went to Disneyland. The line was like 2 hours long for each ride. And I was like, what did you do in line? And they're like, just stand there. I'm like, what? For 2 hours? That's part of your day.
You know, you can get like the special people that like take you around Disneyland now, so you can like skip a line.
I actually had one, and first of all, I just want to tell you guys, like, because I know a lot of the comments are gonna be like, "You've changed, Shane. You had a tour guide at Disneyland. Who are you? You're trying to be famous." Which
I ain't trying to sit on the hot. That's what I'm trying not to do.
Well, what happened was I actually got it for free because somebody I knew that worked at Disneyland was like, "Oh, you should get like a private tour guide," and I'm like, "It's $500 an hour." And they're like, "Oh, I'll get it to you for free." But in the party next to me was very exciting. It was Jaden and Willow Smith. This was a few years ago. This is before she was whipping her tits back and forth or whatever that song is. This is before Jaden was ruining every movie. And Will and Pinkett were not there. What's her name? Pinkett? That's a name. That's a weird name, right?
I don't even
Pinkett?
know. Is that
Will
her
and
name?
Pinkett? I don't know.
Plinkett? I don't know.
Plinko?
I don't know.
Pinky? Piglet?
Those
Whatever.
Those
Will
two
and Piglet.
kids they're talent. They are talent. Those two kids.
Anyway, so we're walking around. And it was the most sad experience because like you walk past, like, so you'll see a line for like Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's like 1,000 people just like waiting, and they're all hot and sweaty, and there's people passing out. There's an ambulance, and then the tour guide's like, "Oh, we're not waiting there," and then he'll walk you right next to all these sad, sweaty people into the VIP area, so everybody sees you do it. So every time you do it, people boo you. It is horrible.
This
and of
is
course,
amazing.
and of course they're looking at me like, who the fuck is this? Like, this isn't a celebrity. Of course, when Jaden and Willow walk by, they're all clapping. And then I walk by and they're like, who is that? Drew Carey? Like, they don't understand. Back then, they all thought I was Lucas Cruikshank. God, I want to be Lucas Cruikshank.
Oh my God.
Anyways, all I'm saying, guys, is, you know what? I just explained VidCon. Here's the thing. I love VidCon because I get to meet you guys. But for the people who...
When did VidCon come up? Were we talking about?
A bunch of hot, sweaty people waiting in lines because that's what VidCon is. And I love meeting you guys. But so you guys are a small section.
But,
you guys
but they wait in line. You don't have to wait in line.
Give me a minute. So my audience, there's probably like 10% of the people at VidCon is my audience. There's like 30,000 people there. Probably only like 3,000 are my audience, okay? All the other people can suck a dick. They are horrible. They're so fucking annoying and so loud and so rude. Like, all the kids that are obsessed with the British YouTubers are the worst. Like, they will run over people and like throw old people against the walls, and like they're all like eating fucking like hot Cheetos and like rubbing their Cheeto fingers all over everybody else. It is, don't even try to go to a bathroom at VidCon. Oh my God. And you have like fucking all these 12-year-old kids trying to be vloggers, and they're like, I'm pooping right now, and I can hear their cameras.
Oh God.
I mean, VidCon, guys. First,
Coming up.
Question. Yeah, I'll be there. If you're going to VidCon to meet me, and obviously meet other people, but if you're like going there to meet me,
is what you're saying.
like, put like a name tag on that says like, I'm not annoying, or because then I'll know I'm like, oh, that's my person, or even a name tag that says like Farrah Abraham is my queen. oh, please wear that. Because then I'll know. I'll be like, this is somebody I can hang out with. Because the other kids at VidCon need to be locked up.
Can we talk about all the comments lately? Like, this is like a new thing. And I'm sure it's just new to me. It's like, I get these like, slay, Lauren, slay. It's like the slay is like the new thing. It's like queen slay.
By the way, everybody who talks like that sounds like Renaissance Fair people, and I want to kill myself.
That's what I'm like saying. That's what made me think of it. I was just like, what is this new slay?
Well, I've been trying to understand it. I think slay means like kill them, which is kind of like kill it, girl.
Right. I mean, I guess I understand
and I think
it.
queen it doesn't mean gay person like it used to.
No.
I think it's more like
I understand, I guess, what they're doing, but it's become so prevalent. Like everything is slay.
Which, by the way, like I've been saying things that like have not been catching on. By the way, there's a lot of things that are being said that are not catching on. I heard somebody the other day say doof, and I'm like, doof is like saying the word doof like as an insult. First of all, that happened in Lizzie McGuire like 28 years ago.
Doofus?
No, but like just doof. Like such a doof. I'm like, nobody says that. Like either go with douche or asshole. Like don't go with doof. You know what I mean?
I mean,
like
yes.
slay queen, slay.
Slay queen, slay.
I'm gonna slay that queen. Okay, I am ready for. I had some other stuff to talk about, but we're running a little.
We have been yakking. I mean, this is.
Avril Lavigne doesn't touch her fans. Can we just talk about that for a minute? Speaking of annoying kids, like Avril Lavigne doesn't even try anymore. Like, listen, if I go to VidCon and there's like some smelly ass kids who like me, I'm gonna lick them and touch them and fuck them and give them everything because guess what? They support me.
And then he comes back from VidCon with like the VidCon death.
Oh my god, I get like herpes.
You get like so ill after VidCon. You're like out.
And I'm okay with it because I'm like, listen, like these people are supporting me. I'm gonna support them. Avril Lavigne don't give no fucks. She's slaying the queens. Avril La Queen. She doesn't care. She literally, so I don't know if, did you see this?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, you're going to love it. Mm-mm. So Avril Lavigne has a no touching policy. So at her meet and greet, which by the way costs $400, her fans have to stay an arm's distance away from her.
Where did you see this?
So everywhere, it went viral. Everywhere this week. So she stands with her arm, like there's like a full 2 people's worth of empty space in between Avril and a fan. So there's all these pictures of Avril Lavigne and her fans standing like 2 feet away from each other. So then they intercut it with Kelly Clarkson meet and greet. So it's like you'll see a picture of Avril's meet and greet, and then it cuts to Kelly Clarkson meet and greet where she's like giving a piggyback ride to her fan, and then it cuts to Avril standing like 80 feet away from somebody, and then it cuts back to Kelly Clarkson like scissoring with a girl. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. But it made me think, I'm like, okay, we're all pissed off at Avril because we're like, she hates her fans. But then you think about it, and you're like, okay, Avril Lavigne is what, 800 times more famous than a YouTuber? And like a YouTuber gets really, really ill from VidCon because they meet a few people. Imagine being Avril and literally every night for like a year, you're meeting thousands of people.
Well, that's the thing. It's like if you have to do a tour and you get sick and you have to cancel that tour, a la Miley Cyrus, who apparently did not have a drug overdose, but she had to go to the hospital because she was ill.
Let's not blame that on the fans.
Well, but I mean, like you get ill, like that's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars that like can't happen, and people like don't get paid and they lose jobs if you get ill. So like, you know,
like if I get ill, you guys don't get like a challenge or you don't get a video of me enjoying myself and making out. Like
you get ill, I get like a week off, so it's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. So what we're trying to say is when you see me at VidCon, put your tongue down my throat.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, it's that time again.
It is.
Da 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 da. Very Abraham time. Da 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 da. God made a mistake.
All right, let's
oh God! Oh shit. Okay.
Let's do 3 minutes of Abraham time because we're running
no,
late.
Dear God,
we're running so
more.
late.
I don't care. This is important stuff.
Oh, God.
Okay, Farrah Abraham. I went to her Twitter to see like what's cracking. Nothing in her life. Although she did start a Twitter account for her sex line, or her sex toy line. So now, if you want to follow Sarah Abraham's sex toys,
Farrah Abraham, you just called her Sarah. That was really weird.
It's her alter ego.
That was really weird.
That's her like her more conservative side. No, Farrah Abraham. It's Farrah's sex toys, which by the way sounds like a fan name. Like you know how like kids call like like oh like they're my little babies or whatever. Dawson Horse. Like Farrah's like you guys are my sex toys. I'm a Farrah's sex toy. So she's been posting a lot of tweets as her sex toy. So it's like her sex toy is talking. It's pretty fucking amazing. But on that note, nothing really happened for her. So I had to go to iTunes and find one of her other songs because I feel like she has a lot of songs that we have not talked about.
Now, are these songs that like people have like remixed for her?
No, she wrote all these. supposedly last time we talked to her, which was like God 2 years ago, she told us that she wrote all these songs like in her basement, like she was like it was like crying, she's like really intense, like these are pages from her diary. So this one is called Caught in the Act, and we've already heard a little piece, but let's get more into it. Okay. I'm sorry. Is this just a dubstep? I'm trying to get to words. Was that her?
I think it was like la la. I think that was her.
Okay, great. Okay, wait. What? Family is family.
I didn't hear it at all. I have no idea. I'm not even sure.
I'm gonna be honest though, the beat has been dropped. Like the beat is dropping. Like the beat is hopping. Like I am like moving in my chair. Like you're wiggling your kinkle like crazy.
My kinkle is like. Did you say something about being geriatric?
Oh my God, I think she said she got gastric.
I thought she said geriatric.
She said, and then people think I'm fat, so I got gastric.
She's like, and I'm still his girl, no matter what. Blah. Like that's what I heard.
Good for her. Like a lot of people who get gastric bypass like don't admit it, but she's like admitting it. Like that's like a big step. Like Star Jones didn't even do that.
No.
Oh my God, she fell just like you.
I know.
Oh my God, it's so relatable.
Oh my God, we're like twins.
Oh my God, maybe she said kinkle, not gastric. And I have a kinkle. I ate Chick-fil-A.
That's gonna be my. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stop it.
Wait, what?
Is my parents are
asleep.
Is this love really worth it? Not.
I think she just killed her parents at the end of the song. I literally think this song is about her like standing outside of her parents' bedroom with like a machete, and she's like, "Is it really worth it? No, no." And then she fucking killed them. She slayed them. And then the beat dropped, and she like started dancing. Farrah, so all you guys are doing a great job. So continue to tweet Farrah, but let's start tweeting Farrah's sex toys, and say we want Farrah's. I don't even want Farrah on the podcast anymore. I just want her sex toys. Oh my God!
I told her vagina mold on this podcast.
No, when her sex toy comes out, we can review it on the podcast. Wait, what does that mean? Am I gonna use it? Are you? Can girls use it?
I mean, I don't really.
Do you think like a lesbian? Okay, so you're a lesbian.
Yep.
Do you think that like a sex toy like? Because, like, girls don't... I mean, a dildo, I guess I get it. It's, like, for penetration. But they probably don't want one that looks like a penis. Right?
No, I think they do.
Because, like, if you're a lesbian, you don't want, like, a penis.
Well,
that's, like,
I mean,
gross.
by nature, by definition, a dildo looks like a penis. Even if it's, like...
No, but, like, if you find one that looks like an octopus tail. Or, like a squid arm. Like, that's... I get it. Or, like, a rabbit foot. Like, I don't think they want, like a penis. To me, that's gross. Like, if I was a lesbian and I saw, like, a penis, I'd be like, get that shit away from me. Like, I don't want that. So here's my question. Like, what would a lesbian do with the mold of Farrah Abraham's vagina? Like an ice cream cone?
Get it away from me. It's disgusting.
I'd say, get the fuck away from me. That's not human. Well, guys, on that note, we're going to take a short little break. And when we come back, we're going to have Anthony from Smile.
Woo!
I'm so excited. What are you going to do with him?
I don't know. Look at his hair.
Scissor.
Okay, be back soon.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Okay, it's that time again where we talk about one of our awesome sponsors, Squarespace. I'm obsessed with them. You know why? Because every kid, at least twice a week, I'll get a tweet from a kid who's made a website with Squarespace. That's something like lawrencevagina.com.
Sure.
And I bookmark it to my homepage. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform that makes it fast and easy to make your own website, professional website, portfolio, and online store. The cool thing is they have all these templates. They have 24/7 support. It's really easy. And I don't know about you, but I don't like back when MySpace you could customize your homepage. I always had to get like one of my creepy friends to do it. I say creepy because they all were. And it was complicated and whatever. This you could do it all by yourself. They have awesome designs. It's just dragging and dropping things, and if you need help on it, there's 24/7 support. Super easy. The plan starts at $8 a month and includes a free domain name if you sign up for a year. If you go to squarespace.com/Shane and enter the offer code, which is Shane, at the checkout, you can get 10% off.
And you don't even need no credit card to get started. You know what I'm saying?
But also it's a free trial. So
totally.
You get
but sometimes free trials make you put credit cards in anyway. You don't got to do that with Squarespace.
No, you ain't got to do that. All you got to do is think of a website that's interesting. Like lawrencevagina.com.
Right. So thank you
which
very
is taken. So like, think of something else.
Think of something else, but we do want to thank Squarespace because they've been amazing and so supportive of us, and so we really want to support them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, guys. Without sponsors, like this show would not be free because it costs money to put on the show. So we want to thank them for keeping the show free for you guys. So yes, squarespace.com/Shane. Offer code is Shane. Create your website and tweet it to me with hashtag Shane Squarespace, and maybe I'll give you a little shout out. All right, let's get back to the show. And we're back with Anthony. I'm so nervous. Padilla, or if you're not Mexican, Padilla.
Yeah.
From Smash. I'm so excited.
Yay!
Oh my God, you're here.
I know, it's weird. It's been forever in the making, right?
It's been so long. Like we've had so many ship names. My favorite one is Shanthony.
Shanthony. I like that. That sounds like it could be a real name.
There's been Ain, which
That doesn't work.
That's your. You guys have it. That's your ship name.
You didn't know
It's
Ain?
Shanthony, I think.
Mhm.
Mostly
Our
because it gets
ship-
my full name in there. Which I like.
I understand. At least it's not Shadilla or like. P.S.
Dadilla.
Yeah, I was thinking like
P.S. Like I'm super bummed that like no, listen, I love your girlfriend or your fiance. And I hate that word fiance.
So do I. I just call her girlfriend because I think it sounds
You know
like
what?
super.
Fiancé.
I feel like I'm a douche saying.
I saw a big fat ring. I saw that.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well
where's the big
done.
fat ring?
On her
on her-
finger,
where's
yo.
your aunt?
Where's your ring?
He's not
I'm
married.
not married yet.
Wait, how does this work?
You don't get a ring until you're married. If
Daddy,
you're a man.
teach me. Mommy, teach me. Wait, what
You
does that mean?
It's what?
Wait, okay, wait, hold
He's
on.
proposed marriage.
You propose the marriage with the ring.
So she gets to wear the fucking
She
ring?
gets to wear the ring,
Yeah.
and I get to wear nothing on my hand.
Just her love.
Yeah, that's true.
Is she okay with that? Because like, if I was a girl and like I was wearing the ring, I'd be like, motherfucker, you better wear something. Because now when I hit up the clubs, like no,
No,
motherfucker's
that's
allowed
the
to touch
benefit.
me.
That's the benefit of being the man. You get to hit up the clubs all the time. And
Well,
she's
he had
got
to
to have
spend
that
a,
ring.
he had to spend the money on a ring.
Yeah.
Oh my
that's
God!
true.
Wait, let's get into it. Well, we'll get into that later.
Actually, I get a lot of people saying, "Oh my God, they're married. He proposed." It's like that's not exactly how. I
Yeah,
think
no, you guys
that's how
haven't-
Shane thinks
No.
it works.
You
but
guys
that's
haven't
not
like
how it
made
works.
it yet. Like,
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah.
No, okay, wait, hold on. First of all, I'm upset that her name is not Casey, because like I mean. Quesadilla, like that's the perfect ship name. Like, let's just keep that real. But like, it's cool. Like, Kaleladilla is fine.
That sounds like a tasty food.
It
I would
sounds
eat the
delicious.
hell out of that.
Dude. I got the Cadilla special at Taco Bell.
Really?
Mm-hmm, the number
Whenever I have to
5.
explain my last name, it's like Padilla, like tortilla. They're like,
Wait, are you not Mexican? You're
No.
not. So where
Spanish.
did
Spanish grandfather.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's where Padilla came
Yeah.
from.
And then there's the people, might be you, that think that Spanish is also Mexican.
Is it not?
That is what he thinks. He thinks
Wait, no.
anything. is
If, first
Mexican.
of all, whenever I go to El Compadres, which is my favorite Mexican restaurant, everybody there's speaking Spanish, so Spanish is Mexican.
No,
Right?
they
That's like-
speak
oh,
Spanish.
We're
in
just like we're
Mexico.
English because we speak English, right?
I'm English, right? Am I Native American? Everything's changing. What are you? Because you're tan.
I'm not that tan. Just maybe
You're like Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Like I look at you and I picture like you're definitely not white. Okay, so like when you're standing next to Ian, like he's clearly white, and then like you kind of look like his adopted brother.
You know that it used to freak me out when people would ask if we're brothers. I'm like, we look nothing alike.
Yeah.
It was the hair.
Yeah, we did both have that weird bowly hair.
Let's not knock it. You know, I still have it.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm.
Sexy though.
Thanks.
So my grandmother's Filipino, my grandfather's
That's what
Spanish,
it is.
and then
Oh.
my mom is like the mixing pot of whiteness.
Spilipino. I'm into it.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I just made that up. Okay, wait. So away from your ethnicity, just for a sec.
That's why you got me on to talk about mine.
Because you know, like, there's so much like questions about your ethnicity. No, okay, wait. So this whole marriage or this wed. Okay, I have so many questions, and we'll bring her in later to talk more because I'm sure she has a lot of answers.
She probably has a
How-
lot more answers than
Like
me.
financially. Okay, so I've heard because my brother proposed. Actually, it was like 4 years ago. I mean, motherfucker, get married already. He proposed, and he said that the ring. So many people have different things about this. It has to be like 1 month's salary or 2 months' salary.
That was like something that the diamond industry made up.
Yeah,
literally
that's what
made
I
up.
feel. Yeah.
It was like to get in the ideas. It was supposed to be 3 months.
Okay, that's
salary.
something. That's something.
That's what
cheap.
I heard as
That's
well.
that's what cheap people say. Like that's like when like
is.
sad fat girls are like, ugh, Valentine's Day is something like Hallmark made up. It's like, well, you're sad because you're not getting a card. So like, what happened? Like, what was the deal?
We just got the ring that she actually we went against what people usually do. She went in and we picked it together and we picked something that we both
Where'd you
really
go?
liked. It was this like guy that owned his own place.
Yeah,
like,
that's what you
it
have
was.
to do.
It was
Smart.
way better than going to some.
Really?
Yeah, way
I
better.
told
and,
you that.
and it's fully customized and like.
You have a diamond guy. I'm a Jew. I know a diamond guy, obviously.
Wait, what? A
Because
guy
you go
who
into
look-
it-
he's a, wait,
Well,
he's
it's
a
not. It's
truck-
not like he just has a taco truck and he's selling rings out of.
No,
the back.
there's these diamond dealers that go to, because otherwise they sell them wholesale. Otherwise, you're going to go to like Tiffany, for example, and they knock that shit up. Like
Yeah.
they mark it up like 25, 50%. And
We
so
compared, and it was way cheaper than something
Way.
like Tiffany's.
So
and it was
where-
custom and.
So where was it? It was like just in a room.
It was, yeah. I mean, he has his own building. It was on like Beverly Boulevard. or
Damn, his own
something.
building.
Yeah. Well, you know, not a
Interesting.
whole building.
Oh.
Not like a skyscraper.
Interesting. So like, okay, so how did it go? Okay, oh, like I have so many questions because I saw the proposal. You guys were like at a zoo or something, and
Oh, you filmed
was-
it?
Yeah,
It
it
was
was a
a-
funny story.
I'm
about
sure
that.
she's not happy because it was an insanely unflattering angle. When I watched it with Lisa, Lisa's like, if you ever propose to me and have the camera that low, I'm gonna fucking kill you. She's like, they look good, but like that's not a flattering angle. So tell me how that happened.
Yeah, so we were going to Japan, and we were looking at the ring before that, like a month before that or something, and she had no idea that the ring was done because it was done the day before going to Japan. And I was like, oh, that'd be awesome. She loves Japan, and we could figure out, find a really cool place to do this. And I couldn't figure out any way. Well, first of all, I was really nervous because I had it in my backpack, and it was like going through all the security stuff. And I was like, they're gonna pull it out and be like, "What is this?" I'm like,
And she's like, oh my god, this is gonna make me cry. It's so romantic.
and then we're like in the airplane, like, "Will you marry me?" No. Yeah. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll be on the top of my hotel, and it'll be beautiful at night. And it's like, nope, there was no way to get up there, and it looked like crap. So I was like, well, I don't know where I'm gonna do it. We didn't really plan to go to any parks or anything. We're in the middle of Tokyo. There's not a ton of parks that are easy to get to without me having to explain why I'm going there.
Yeah.
So we went to the zoo the last day. It was in my pocket every day. Like,
my
I was
God.
not sure when I was going to do it.
Were you just like
crazy.
diarrhea every day?
Yeah, pretty much.
That'd be
that's-
so nerve wracking.
It was
oh
like,
my
I
God.
know she's going to say yes, but it was so nerve-wracking.
But so does she not grab your ass? Because like Lisa loves to grab my ass because it's like fatter than hers, and she's like checking to make sure that my ass is fatter than hers. So like when she's grabbing your ass, like are you like no, not ass today?
I had like a piece of paper that was like crumbled up in there next to it, so she would just think it was some trash or something. I'm surprised she didn't see because I had like
So you didn't
really
have the
tight-
box, you just had the ring.
just the ring because it was going to be too visible.
See, when I got proposed to, my husband did the same thing,
Yeah.
and so you as a girl, I was you expect the box thing, and because
Yeah.
he just had the ring, like I didn't really like see it. Like it was
Yeah.
hard to like I was like, what is that? I can't really. It was weird. I don't know if she had the similar. I'm not wearing it right now. I just saw you look at my ring.
I was like, where is it?
I'm not wearing it right now.
Yeah,
So
wait,
you
where
enjoy
is
it.
your ring?
I just have my wedding
Does it
band
not
on.
fit because you're swollen?
Yeah.
She's been eating a lot.
It's true.
It doesn't fit anymore.
It fits. Back off, bitches.
You got to grease it up
I just
before.
like forgot to put it on this morning. It's by my bedside.
So yeah, we were at the zoo the last day, and I was like, this is the last day we're gonna be here. I got to do it now, or it's
Yeah.
not gonna happen forever. And I don't know. I'm terrible with romantic things, so I was like, I'm not gonna be able to figure out something else that's good. So we just got done looking at the lemurs in the zoo, and it's her favorite.
So romantic.
So romantic. Smells like lemur poo. So we were walking by this bench, and I was like, let's sit down for a second. And she was like, okay. Like, she didn't know why. And then we just started vlogging. So I was like, I got to get this on camera.
Yeah.
And so I hit record, and the stupid thing wasn't on mute. So she heard a boop. And it was like, oh,
no!
damn it. No. So I
Oh.
set the camera down, and I tried to immediately ask her. And I was so nervous, even though I knew she was going to say yes.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it was just like I had this thing worked up in my head. I was gonna be like, blah 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 blah. You're amazing, blah blah blah. I want to spend the rest, and all I could say was like, I love you, and I would spend the rest of my life with you. And then that was it. Like I couldn't go on and on like I had planned in my head. I had like this thing.
Yeah, but that's more real.
I
mean,
just-
people who do speeches like creep me
Yeah.
out.
I just want to say for the record, you probably would have had a better vacation had you done it earlier in
Yeah,
the trip. Like
that's
you probably
very
like.
true.
I'm imagining you were very relieved after.
Oh
it.
my god, the whole time it was
And then you
like
had to
I don't
leave.
remember some of the
Yeah.
instances on the trip because I was so freaked out about when I was gonna ask.
Wait, but here's my question. But she already knew it was. You guys went to buy the ring.
We went to try it on and see what she did. She knew it was coming eventually, but I'm the type of person that I'll wait forever to make a big commitment.
Wow.
So she just assumed that it was gonna be a year up to a year later. She
Really?
She didn't know. I never told her, hey, I'm gonna do it this day, but
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So how does that conversation even like? Okay, so you guys are like sitting. This is what your life is in my head. You guys are like sitting watching like Netflix anime.
This is pretty much what it is.
Okay. And you guys are like in like onesies that look like Japanese characters, and then you guys are like sharing like noodles, and you guys are Japanese in my head.
Of course.
And then she's like doing her makeup, and then you're like video gaming or whatever and like vlogging, and then she's like we should spend the rest of our lives together, and you're like yeah, but like not right now. And then you're like, let's try on rings. Like, how did it happen like that?
Pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah. No. Yeah. She's like, "Are we gonna be together forever?" And I was, I don't remember how it went down. Honestly, she would probably know way more.
Oh my
She's in the
God.
other room here.
Oh my God. Okay, then we'll save it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna
Save it.
butcher it, and then I'm gonna get beaten later.
She abusive?
She beats me with she has a closet full of mallets and spiked objects.
I remember when I went over to your guys' place. By the way, this is what obsesses me. Obsesses me? That doesn't make sense.
What you're obsessed with?
What I'm obsessed with is YouTubers who live with other YouTubers because like, okay, it's not a secret. YouTubers make like pretty good money. So when I see like when Joey's like, yeah, I'm moving in with Strawberry and like this guy and this girl and this person, and we're going to have like family nights. And I'm like, okay, you guys all make good money. Why the fuck are you all sharing a house?
Because they want to be with
They
people.
love each other.
Bullshit.
No, I
like,
mean, I think
get
that they
me. I
do.
want to be alone.
I mean,
I want to like kick Lisa to the curb. Like, I want like just me and like my Netflix. So when I walked over and I was like, Joey, where are you living? And then he gave me the address and I came over and I saw you guys there. I was like confused. And then he's like, I lived with them. And I'm like,
Wait, you live with
what?
Joey Graceffa?
I did.
At a point, at
Yeah.
a time. How did that happen?
That was some crazy hair under one roof.
Yeah. It was the sexiest hair in her
That was the sexiest hair under one
There's
roof.
a lot of product in that.
That was like
bathroom.
so much product under one roof.
It was.
Did you guys talk about your hair
There used to
products?
be drips of. Actually, I did. I was like, I
I'm
need somewhere to
sure.
get my hair cut down here. Well, here's the thing. We had just moved from Sacramento to LA, and at the same time, Joey was looking for a place to live. He was like, "Hey, we're getting a house, and we have an extra room." And it was like, it worked out perfectly.
Were you
and
serious? Because like I do
Yeah.
that sometimes too, where I'm like, no, I totally have space, and then if that person was like, sure, I'll move in, I'd be like, fuck, shit, fuck, damn it, no.
No, it's good. And Kalel and I are both very like, we're kind of introverted.
Swingers.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're swingers, so it was awesome. We tried to get in his pants a few times.
You pop that strawberry.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's why I moved in with Strawberry. No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we just thought it'd be cool. He had introduced us to people, show us around LA. He's been living here for a while.
Wow.
And, yeah.
Oh, that's right. You guys.
Did
Weren't,
you
but
just-
she's been
Yeah.
living here.
Did you
forever.
just move here? When did you move here?
About a year and a half. Or
That's it?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So wait, you okay? I have so many questions. Well, okay. So this is all present stuff, which is interesting. But let's go back a little bit in the past. First of all, I'm upset because I thought this was going to be like your first podcast. Like I was going to pop the podcast cherry. I was like all excited, and then I just like went to your Twitter to see like what you were doing, and then I saw a picture of you on fucking Ear Biscuits, and you guys are like podcasting. I'm like, what?
That was my podcast virginity. Yeah.
So
I wanted
now-
to save it for you, but
I'm so mad. And then, okay, first of all, I'm mad because now every question I ask, it's something they've asked. And you're like, oh, here we go
it's
again.
a little different.
So
'cause
that's why I'm going to not ask the obvious questions, which is like, tell me how you started. I'm not going to do that because I already know.
to be
it.
honest, I'm kind of sick of telling that story anyway. So
It's super annoying. And I watched your Draw My Life. So, like, I already
That's
know
what I'll
your
just
whole
say.
life
I'll be
story.
like, you want to know? Just look at my Draw My Life. I'm out of here.
6 million other motherfuckers did, okay? How many views does that have?
Oh my
10
God,
million.
it's crazy. 10
You
million.
started it, right?
What? No.
Yeah, who started it?
I first saw it from Amazing Phil and PewDiePie had just done it.
PewDiePie? Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
And then I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. So I did it, and then it became like a little trend that people started
Yeah,
doing.
no,
after that.
I saw yours and I was like, I have to do one of these because like yours was like uber depressing and I'm like, mine's gonna be depressing too because like everybody. I saw another one that was like too happy and I'm like, no, I don't want mine happy. And then yours had like sad music and I'm like, I want mine to have sad music.
It was not sad. It was inspirational.
No, it was like the song I used was knock knock knocking on heaven's door. So it was like inspirational, but also like this guy's gonna kill himself at the end.
You're just trying to see how many people you can make cry. That's what I was trying to do. Yeah.
But also like how many dick jokes I could throw into like drawing.
Yeah,
like, a
I
drawing
did that
video.
too. I drew a few.
Yeah.
boobs. It
Who
was
do
a lot
we
of
have on
fun.
that theirs was like purposely really happy?
Oh, that was Timothy DeLaGhetto.
Yeah,
right?
that's who it was.
Yeah.
This was just like, Masha's cool. I was like, I love that.
Like, man, I want to know about your real life. What you went through that you don't talk about on camera.
He's
you know?
cool. I
My
think he went
favorite
through
though
Oh
that.
no, he's awesome.
No, he
you
cool.
know?
My favorite though is that YouTubers who had nothing that happened in their life and they just like, like all the like the hot YouTuber guys who show their nipples all the time in their thumbnails. And like so theirs are like high school was like really hard because like I was in PE and I got like a B. And it's like
I
and
couldn't
then,
show my nipple.
yeah, and then like all the girls in the comments like, oh my god, you're such an inspiration. I mean, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay, back to us. So first, you know what? You popped for me.
Oh, what did I?
This is-
Oh, the airplane.
You pop. How do
Wait.
you remember that?
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
I remember that.
Wait,
You
what?
popped my. First of all, I just want to throw this out there because God, when did I meet you? I was like 19.
It was like June 2009.
Good God. That
Or was it 10 or 9?
I don't remember. I blocked out. There was a 2-year chunk that I blocked out. It was a
Was
horrible
it
2
so,
years.
so scary?
Well, and you probably remember a little bit. Like that was at the time where, oh God, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this. Whatever, fuck it. I was doing
That's what
this.
he does every time. He's like, I'm not going to say.
I'm
anything.
not gonna
Anyway,
say,
anyway, all the
I
details.
was like in this weird cult. And
You were in a
remember this.
cult?
Kind of.
You
So,
did not told me?
Wait, what
Is
cult?
that why
I
you're trying to
never-
convert
What cult
me?
were you in?
so there was this thing called the Station.
Oh.
And
Oh.
I was in like a weird cult, and like
Oh.
it was like Lisa Nova, and like all you guys don't know who this is who are listening, but these are all these old school YouTubers, and it was this weird like we were all like worshiping this one man, and then we were like brainwashing. It was like really fucking crazy and weird and scary. Now it's Maker, and they made $500 million, so good for them. Anyways, but back then it was
The
like
moral is cults are great.
cults are great, and they make a lots of money.
I remember you telling me, it was like, yeah, we're doing this thing called the Station.
No, and I was like, so I was I feel really, I don't remember half the trip of me hanging out with you guys. I just remember me being like,
Wait, what trips? Back
I
up.
remember
Okay.
every instant.
so so you guys asked me to be in the video, and I was like, oh my God, okay. I had never been on a plane before. I was like so scared, whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go. So then I went
Where'd you have to go?
To Sacramento.
Oh, you flew to Sacramento.
Yeah.
I've never heard this story.
Yeah, no, it was,
a
I was
fun
scared.
story.
I threw up the whole time on the plane. I was like freaking out.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Legit throw up?
Legit.
No way.
Yeah. So then when I got to the airport, you guys were standing there, and you guys like, I like went to give you a hug, but like I knew I smelled like throw up, and I was like trying to like pretend like I
You did
didn't
not
smell like
smell like throw up.
Thanks. But I did, and then you guys were like,
But
let's
you
go
had
get.
some throw up on your lip, though.
I just like a little bit. But then you guys were like, let's go get Mexican food. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I just threw up everything. No. So then I'm like, okay. And then we get there. And then you guys were like, you have to try everything. I'm like, okay. And like my whole, like just throwing up in my head.
Ew.
Oh my God, I just remember that stalker guy that came over to the house and waited for you because he saw your tweet that you're coming.
That's right.
Wait, what?
Oh my God. I had to,
I've
So
never heard this.
Here and then we were leaving to go eat. We're like, sorry man, we gotta go eat. Like here, like we took a picture and then we were like, all right, we gotta go, man. And then we were gone for like 2 hours eating or, sitting around each other, circle jerking or whatever. And then when we got back home, he was still there. He's like,
Still
yeah, I've been
there.
sitting in my car for 2 hours.
still there.
Oh my God.
And this was before YouTube was like it was popular, but this is back, it wasn't like it is now.
before stalkers
There was no
were
like
common.
VidCon and shit.
Yeah.
But I feel like there were much fewer big YouTubers, and like you guys were like the two big.
Yeah, it was
ones.
weird. Like we all knew each other.
I wasn't popular. I mean, I was like,
How did you get in
I
touch?
think you were like #1 most subscribed then, and you're here saying that you weren't popular.
no.
Well,
I think
Was I?
close.
No.
you were
Yeah,
number, I thought
yeah,
the highest
I
was
think
number
you were.
5.
Why was I living in such a
Wait.
shitty apartment? I'm so confused. Wait, I was sleeping on the floor. Wait, I'm so lost.
You're like, wait a minute, I'm gonna call my mom and my bank right now. You're like,
Yeah, wait, where did my money go? No, but all I remember from that trip was I was so weird and antisocial and scared, and like I wasn't talking and I wasn't being myself, and I was. Being
I would
like,
have been like that if I weren't around all people I knew. Like it's scary going.
wait,
out
what
to
was the
stuff.
video you guys did?
So it was this video about Bigfoot
Mhm.
called Bigfoot is Gay. I don't know. It wasn't that great of a video, but
And,
I
I,
Shane
and,
in
then,
it, so
and then I was
so
super
it's good.
nervous because like I had never acted in anything before, like outside of my stuff. And then I was also this is such
You
a
did great. It was awesome. You did good.
Oh my God, you're making me blush.
Yeah.
This is a total side note that you probably don't remember, but this like is something that was such a horrible thing that happened to me. I can't believe I'm talking about this. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking about this. I feel like I've talked about this in a vlog before, but whatever, I'll talk about it now. So
why don't you pause for 1 second? We'll take a break and then we'll tell the story.
we're gonna take a short commercial break. When you come back, the most uncomfortable, amazing story that's ever
Cliffhanger.
happened.
Cliffhanger.
Coming soon. Hey, what's up, you guys? I don't know about you, but I am starving.
Starving
For
Always.
something smarter. You know, nothing too gross. Not Chick-fil-A, which is
I
disgusting.
don't know what you're talking about.
I need something with a little substance. No, I'm going to be honest. I am one of those people who I never have snacks on me. I never keep any in my car. And it's really hard for me because I get like wheezy and I'm like so skinny. I'm like passing out like all the time.
Yeah,
like
no,
so
totally,
hungry.
totally.
Thank God I found Nature Box. I don't know if you know what this is. We talked about it before and it's awesome. And I actually really do like this, which is exciting that they're sponsoring our show today. Basically, it is a box of really great snacks. No high fructose corn syrup, no hydrogenated oils.
God forbid.
All that stuff on your face. I think that's what that is, right? None of that. No artificial flavors or colors. And it's really great. It's, nutritionist approved. And for me, that's important because I'm like all about nutrition.
Can we just can we talk about the sriracha cashews?
I don't want to talk about it right now because
I ate all of them.
I'm going to let you guys know. Like NatureBox sent, when we were talking about, having them sponsor us, they sent us some samples and they sent to Lauren for some reason, not
Whoops.
me.
Did I give them my address?
They sent her a NatureBox and she was like, she ate all of it without telling me. And then when I went to their website, I was looking at the options because I was like trying to like create my own NatureBox. And then I saw sriracha cashews. And I was like, that sounds amazing. And then Lauren's like, yeah, I ate all of them.
Coming with like red covered fingers from the sriracha cashews.
And then I went to fucking Joey Graceffa's house. And then he was like, he had one because he eats NatureBox. And he was just like sucking his fingers. He's like, oh my God, these like honey almonds are the best. And I'm like, what are those? He's like, it's from NatureBox. I'm like, everybody in my life has this. I need to get it.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. And it's available in 3 sizes, 3 different price points. There's the deluxe 5 bags for $19.95, Happy Snacker $10 for $29.95, and the Smart Snacker 20 bags for $49.95. They ship free.
I'm sorry, I just zoned out because I'm so hungry. Oh my God,
it's
right,
amazing.
if you want to try it out, go to naturebox.com/Shane to get not 10, not 20, but 50% off your first box. That's a lot.
It's totally a lot.
That's like, is that a typo? That's a lot. You're going to get 50% off your first box. It's a big deal. So go to naturebox.com/Shane and get your first box.
Seriously, you guys, it's like so good.
It's so good. Oh my
And I mean, I
God.
think that people should trust that like we know about food. I'm just saying.
Like if anybody knows about food,
Like we do.
like it's us.
Like I said.
Like, and you know what you should do when you get your NatureBox? Take a picture of you eating the siracha cashews and send it to me.
I don't know if there's
tempt
enough
me.
there's enough time between when people get them and because you want to eat them so fast. But yeah, no.
Okay, not everybody is like unhealthy eating like you.
Okay, great.
All right, you guys, let's get back to the show. Okay, we're back. Okay, so here's what happened. So I this is so
Is
weird.
this something I don't know?
Yeah, I think so. P.S. I had so many issues back then. I was such a mess. And it's funny, watching my videos, you'd be like, oh, this guy's like so fun and nice. And I was mentally disturbed and like totally psychotic and suicidal. It was a disaster.
Okay.
But one of the main reasons was, I was super fat. Everybody knows that, blah, blah. I had like a crazy amount of extra skin. Like intense
Oh my God,
amount.
I know what it is. I know what this is.
Wait,
where this is
what?
going.
I know where this is
So
going.
we talked about this on a podcast.
I feel so bad.
Oh, well, it's hilarious. So
All
we
right.
talked about this on a podcast before. And
You talked about this?
well, not this, but
Just say it.
something. I'm kidding there, girl. I'm milking this.
We're good at building it up, right?
I'm dying here. I'm sweating.
So remember on a podcast a while ago, I talked about how before I had the skin surgery, I was like trying to figure out how to cover up my skin when I was wearing clothes.
Sure.
So I was wearing like my mom's bathing suits,
Yes.
and I was trying to find something that worked. Man girls didn't exist back then. They do now. There's a kiosk in the mall. Don't get me started. I saw it on Shark Tank, and I'm like, that was my idea. Anyways, how did it work? My man girdle broke or something happened on set when we were filming the video, and like it got fucked up and it like ripped, and I was like freaked out because I was like, oh my God, my man girdle, like I'm not gonna like go to Target and be like, hi thanks, can I get a chapstick and like a man girdle? Like I didn't know what to do.
They were called man girdles?
I mean, no, I don't even know what they were. They were like Spanx that I was like, I cut the vagina part out so my penis could have room.
I cannot wait to tell my part of the story, and
Okay.
I feel so bad for it
Okay.
now.
So I had like half of the girdle still there that I was like wearing, and it was totally stupid and whatever. And I guess I like left it in the bathroom. Side note, you guys had like this producer girl who, I don't want to be too mean about her, but she was a disaster herself. And like, and she was like, unfortunately, like her body type like fit the description of somebody who would have to wear a girdle. So, so I'm laying there. I had like the worst night's sleep because I was like scared that P.S. I used to pee the bed back then. So I was scared I was going to pee on your guys' floor.
No way.
Dude, I was a disaster. I was like scared I was going to pee on your guys' floor. And I was just like staring at you all night because you were sleeping across from me. And I'm like, oh my God, don't go to sleep, Shane, because you're going to pee on his floor.
We stayed up and talked for like 6 hours.
We stayed up and talked
well,
for a
that's
while.
why.
Yeah, yes, it wasn't to get to know you. It was like distract me so I don't pee on your floor. and then, this is really happening right now. And then,
God,
so the
that's
next
amazing.
morning, I was like pretending to wake up, like, oh yeah, that was a great night. And you, I think it was you. It was definitely you. It might have been Ian, but I think
it was me.
You
I know what it
walked out
was.
and you had part of the girdle, and you were like, I found this in the bathroom, and my first instinct was throw that fat bitch under the bus. And I was like, ew, that producer girl left her ugly, gross, weird underwear thing in the bathroom, right, guys? And then you guys like totally bought it. And I was like, yes, I'm a salesperson. So then all day we were making fun of her, being like, oh my God, that girdle, right? That girdle, right? And then all I could think about is, how am I going to steal that back from him so I can wear it?
You left the whole girl in the bathroom?
It was, I don't even remember. It was a piece of a girdle. Something that I was
You just
using.
like forgot? And,
I was like trying to use it to cover my muffin top or something. So I was like trying to. It was a thing.
I feel so bad. I was just like, oh my God, what is this? Like,
but you didn't know.
I would never have thought that would have been yours.
But like, what normal person? Like,
honestly, I thought because we were staying in Ian's mom's cabin. Okay, like back up a little bit. After Shane got to Sacramento, we had to drive 4 more hours in this nauseating mountain car ride.
Oh God, you must have died.
Yeah.
I was like not
such a bad experience.
I
It
was
made you
not-
throw up in the plane.
I was not human, but I was very excited. I was terrified of you guys because you're Smosh, and I was like scared and whatever. But I was very excited for the opportunity. So the whole time I was just thinking, this is amazing. Whilst I was holding in my
He
phone.
can barely like drive himself in a car, a mountain ride for like
That's
4.
where you know me. Like I
cars.
always have to drive because I'll throw up if I'm not driving because I have. And then you guys were like, "It's cool." So I was like sitting in the back seat, like scared I was gonna throw up on you because you were back there. And then Ian's like, "Yeah, no, it's like 4 hours," and I was like, "Okay, continue, sorry."
I forget where. Oh, I don't know.
you
I
drove
just feel
4
so
hours.
bad.
So you saw the girdle.
I just was like, oh my God, like whose is this thing? And okay, so we were staying at Ian's parents' cabin, and I thought that maybe it was one of his parents. Like I just didn't know. I was like, oh my God, look at this thing.
It was like a
an old
strap
person
on,
might
like
have.
without the dildo on
yeah,
it or
yeah,
something.
basically. I don't know.
Wow.
So when I came back home, it was like, well, obviously I felt
I don't
like
know if you got it back.
Oh, I totally stole it back, and I totally wore it that day because I think we were even shooting that day. And if you watch, and now all the comments on this video are going to be, I can see the girdle. But if you watch that Bigfoot is gay video, there's one section where the girdle like flopped over a little bit.
What?
So there's like you can see like a weird flap of the girdle under my polo shirt.
Oh my God.
It was a nightmare.
Now I'm gonna go back and look.
I
for
know. I haven't seen this one.
No, it was the worst. And then total other side note, because I knew that had happened, I knew people were going to be able to see the girdle and like I was going to look really weird in it. So I think I even mentioned in a vlog, I was like, oh, go check out the video. And by the way, like I was wearing this weird shirt and like it crumpled up and I looked like I had this weird like tumor. And anyways,
Oh yeah.
I was like trying.
This
That
is
was
like the saddest thing.
no,
I've
I
ever-
was
I
such
feel
a
so bad. I
Dude.
was.
When did,
wow.
well, did you,
Hashtag
did
it
you
gets
know
better.
that-
No, I didn't know any of
course
this.
not.
Are you just finding out now?
I'm finding all this out now. I feel,
Oh, you had no idea to this day. You thought it was Ian's mom's girdle.
Yeah.
He had no idea.
I didn't know.
Oh my God.
I feel so bad. Like
No,
I
it's
was,
not your
I was
fault.
like this bully without even
no,
knowing.
baby, no. It was totally not. I was literally just like the whole time I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna, like, how am I gonna, but, you know, it was one of those moments where I'll never forget it. And that actually, when I got back to LA and I kept replaying that moment in my head. And, so when I finally had enough money to get that surgery or whatever, and I still had the girdle, and I had like this moment with it where I was like, we've been through a lot, girdle. And I was like looking at the girdle, I'm like, we've been through like so much. And then I remember I like really dramatically like threw it in like our fireplace, but then like it started smelling because
Right.
like, whatever the fumes were.
It's like, and there's a big thing on it. It's like, do not burn. You will die.
So I just want to say, like, you, without even knowing it, you were a huge part of my I don't know what that is. My transformation.
I feel like I just.
I
If
think
that
you
were me,
bull-
I would have just been straight up depressed after that.
I mean,
No.
That's terrible.
it sounds like you bullied him into the transformation.
I bullied him into it without
Yeah.
knowing I was doing it.
No, it was amazing. So that's our
So that's how you guys
history.
met.
That's how we met.
That was the first time
You
we
touched my
met.
girdle. You're the only person in the whole world besides my mom that touched my girdle. It's like a big deal. Now tell me something about yourself that's private.
Oh God, I don't know, man.
You don't have anything? I read on your Wikipedia that I think it was Wikipedia that you
Wikipedia, you know, anyone could write on there, right?
Mm.
I read on my Wikipedia that I was a gay fag, also.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's.
But it must be true.
Oh, is that not true?
It's
That's on
Like,
Wikipedia.
that's where I got all my information.
Okay, I'm so confused. No, I also read on your Wikipedia that when you were a child, you were obsessed with porn.
I think that you were watching my life.
Yes, that too, but no, this was on Wikipedia or Smosh Wikipedia.
He's like, I'm still obsessed
Maybe,
with porn.
maybe, yeah,
Anyway.
I'm still. I mean,
But when you were a
what's wrong
kid,
with
so tell me your porn
that?
story.
What? I have a porn. Okay, where did you get this information?
It was Wikipedia. I will show it to you. I have it written down. I have Wikipedia
way.
notes, and then I have that you're scared of tomatoes and mayonnaise, and then
Okay.
that you. What was the other one? There was another really weird one. But then the third one was that you watched porn when you were a kid.
I started watching porn when I was 12.
Okay, so how did it happen?
What?
Yeah.
Okay. I had.
See, I bet they didn't ask you this on your biscuits.
No, they did not. I knew
Hell.
they were
I bet-
thinking it.
We
I bet
get
Rhett
real
I
up
bet
on
Rhett
here.
Link didn't have a girdle story.
I thought everyone looked at porn when they were younger.
No, but everybody has a story.
Really? my story is pretty boring. I just like got on my 56K dial-up internet, sitting there waiting for it to load, and I had to like download. Videos weren't really common, so I download like this like 240 by 240 box of a porn. It took me like 3 days to download, and then I pull it up, and it would be.
What'd
like,
you download it on? LimeWire.
It was before that.
LimeWire.
That's what I use.
It was before that.
LimeWire.
It was. I don't even know what it was called.
Did you ever accidentally download something and then open it and realize it was probably illegal and then go, "Oh my god"?
Yes.
Remember when people were
But I was also a kid.
Yeah.
So.
But I didn't. But who knows? When you were a kid, like I downloaded a video of a girl getting fucked by a dog on accident because it said doggy style, and I'm like, that sounds good. But it was a girl getting fucked by an actual dog.
Stop it. Oh, that is.
And I was
so
like, oh my god, oh
upsetting.
my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm gonna go to jail.
Bestiality is so upsetting.
So
to me.
gross.
So gross.
My first encounter with porn, though, this is kind of scary. I was at my dad's, and I was spending the night, and I was sleeping in his office, and I was like fooling around on his computer, like, what's in here? And he had like 20 folders of porn videos.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's where it started.
Well, what did he?
Hi,
have?
Dad.
What did he? Yeah, I certainly hope my dad never watches this. I will be grounded for life.
Like, what was his thing? I feel like everybody has a thing. It's like squirting.
Oh
Dude,
God.
it was like whatever was.
Don't be mad because you can't do it.
Jelly. It was. I don't know. I
Jelly.
feel like it was whatever was available at the time. There wasn't much on. There wasn't much
That's
porn
true.
available back
That's
then.
true.
You know, this is like 1998 or something.
Oh God, that
yeah.
was so long ago.
Back
It
when
is
you
a
were-
long time. I bet you there's like 10% at least of the audience was
Wait,
not born.
1998. You were only 10.
And I was. Oh well. Okay. 99.
Wait,
I was
right?
12 in 99.
How old are you now? Don't make me do the math.
26, turning 27 this year.
Oh,
See,
cool.
he's getting married. He's like your age. This is he's doing.
This
things.
is what you should be
This
doing.
is
Are you the
what-
same age as me?
I'm turning
Almost.
26 in July.
Almost.
Okay. So you're
So yeah,
almost
we're like the
exactly a
same age.
year.
So back when you were looking on your computer, I was looking at bestiality.
You were 10.
I was 10. No, I started masturbating at like 8. I had a lot of weird issues. But yes.
I think we all started masturbating at like 8.
Yeah.
But
But it
let's just all
wasn't-
be honest. No one's gonna admit.
No,
it,
but you didn't. Is it even masturbating? Because I like. Okay, not to get graphic, but let's get graphic. Like, I'll put
That's
this.
how everything goes on this.
Why
podcast.
is my head in my hands the entire time?
I'll
during
put this. I'll
podcast?
put this in like non-descriptive terms.
Oh God.
So like on the Food Network,
Uh-huh.
like for example, like the Barefoot Contessa,
Love her.
like might not be able to make whipped cream because like her hand isn't ready yet for the whipping.
Okay.
So like as a child, like
Sure.
whipped cream was not being made.
Okay.
But there was a lot of like trying to make it, but not knowing what I was doing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had a boner and I didn't know what it was, and then I'd hump a couch and like nothing would happen. It wouldn't end. I wouldn't have a big like, oh yeah. It was just more
Or
like
just feel funny.
yeah, I would do
Yeah.
it
It's like
until
an
mom walked
endless
in.
boner.
Yeah. No, I think we
Kind
could
of.
relate. I had this
Right.
teddy bear, you know. I was like, what's going on, Teddy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But what I would do, actually, my first encounter, I don't know. You know, back when cable was like these little shitty boxes, you could flip between two channels and you could see the channel in between that was like cut out. So you'd see clips of the porn.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You flip back and
right.
forth.
Mhm.
So I'd keep clicking last channel button.
Ah.
Last channel, last
Oh,
channel, last
last
channel.
channel, and
Yeah.
then release.
Yeah.
What I used to watch while I was humping my bed.
I'm glad your future wife is in the next room.
Oh, we'll bring her in.
Wait,
a
can they
second.
hear all this in there?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no, no! I used to watch Talk Sex with Dr. Sue. She was like this 89-year-old woman who's probably dead now, but it was on Oxygen, Oprah's channel, and it was just like 2 hours every like night.
when
at
Oprah
midnight.
Oxygen was Oprah's channel.
Yeah.
That was like a weird
Yeah, a
blip.
long time ago, yeah.
Mhm, I remember.
And she would talk like this, and her name was Dr. Sue. And every episode, she'd have people call in, and they'd tell their sex stories, and she'd talk. They'd be like, "Dr. Sue, I'm really nervous because my boyfriend wants to try anal with me, and I'm scared." And Dr. Sue would be like, "Let me take you through it and explain what anal is." And I would literally hump my bed while I was watching.
Oh
it.
God, with that old lady's voice talking about it.
Yeah, and she did
Just
sex.
imagine her old like, dried
Like,
up ass.
the desperation.
She did her pleasure chest, which
God.
every day she put on an eye patch and like a pirate hat and be like, "Time to get into the pleasure chest." And she'd open up this treasure chest full of dildos and she'd do reviews. And she'd be like, "I tried this one out," and she'd show this just fist, this huge thing. And I was like, "You tried that?"
Speaking of that, have you seen the Obama dildo?
No!
That's scary.
Does it? What
what
is
is
it?
It looks like Obama's face.
That
It
is
look-
so-
The head is Obama's head.
That's not right.
It's scary.
That's not right.
But
Does
they have-
that-
yeah,
Is that legal?
it's called presidential dildo, so I guess. It's
Do they have a
legal, but-
Michelle?
No,
Ooh, like
unfortunately.
Michelle's arm, like
Yeah.
it's like real
It's just-
muscular.
It's just her fist. You're like, I can tell that's Michelle's fist.
She does a lot of cardio. Well, on that note, speaking of dildos, let's bring her in. Let's talk to the wifey,
Hey, she loves
the soon-to-be wifey,
Okay, there you
Is
go.
she coming?
She loves to talk about dildos. Actually,
the wife to be. Does she have a dildo? Oh, we'll get into it. Bring her in. Where is she?
Does she not hear?
She's terrified. I
Is
think
she
she's clinging.
scared? I think after hearing what we talked about,
She's
I'd be
clinging to the
pretty
couch.
terrified.
I feel like her.
Is she
What
clean?
is her? She's getting in. What is her like? What's the persona like? Is she like super clean or like what's her?
No,
deal?
not
What's
at
her
all.
persona?
She's
What is she like?
That
Like, what-
that gets her in trouble. She's so real. She doesn't hold anything back. And people are like, oh my god, or it's the girls. Oh my god, how could you say that? Turn around. Oh my god, fuck. Oh my god, you said
Yeah.
fuck.
That's. I
She
feel
looks
like
terrified
here
right
she
now.
is.
She's
Take
got to
a
be
seat.
terrified. She didn't know she was coming on. She thought it
No,
was just
I
me
know.
today.
You know, surprise.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey. Oh my God, how are you doing?
You got to talk real close.
This
get in
is
it.
scary. I feel
I
like
know.
I'm in a cave. Or
Isn't it?
something.
It's weird.
That's
We're in
what
our
we-
own world.
That's what we
here.
like.
What's scary is you're sitting where Tara Reid once sat. So I'm just like,
Ooh.
okay, wait. And where do I want to start? Okay, we'll start with dildos, and then we'll work our way back.
Okay, I'm ready.
So wait, why do you say she loves talking about dildos?
She just always. It's just
It's
a
a
common. It's a
joke.
common joke theme in our vlogs. I don't know. It's just
Really?
always
I mean,
something we
I
do.
don't talk about it that much.
do you do like hauls, like dildo hauls?
Yes.
You're like, I got this one at, and then like you do the thing where you put your hand behind it. Wait, you can finally clear this up for me because I don't know why. Why do makeup gurus put their hand behind things?
Oh, because a lot of the SLR cameras, I have like this kind of like
focus?
pre-light. No, not even focus. It's a lighting setting. Well, I guess some of them wanted to focus, but for me, it's like if you hold up like a black shirt, everything turns like hella bright. So if you're showing like a small product and you do this, it will like, I don't know, it'll just focus on it. And, like
It'll make
the
it the right
coloring will
color.
be better. Yeah.
Interesting.
You just said
But
hell-
honestly,
she
I-
just said hella.
Hella.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know.
we
She's
say
not even.
hella.
I hate that word, and I'm from Northern
Yeah,
California.
are you
where
from Northern California?
No, I'm
she's
from
not.
St. Louis.
She picked it up. It was probably something in a rap song. Like, hella.
Oh, yeah.
It's very Gwen Stefani of you.
Yeah,
Gwen
you know,
Stefani
you
say
know.
hella?
Uh-huh.
My nipple, when I had my nipple recreated,
Nuh-uh.
well, when I had all the skin taken off, they had to
Wow.
like make a nipple out of my old nipple. It was like, it was kind of like, yeah, like making a new nipple out of an old. Sweet. Anyways, they told
Can
me
we
they're-
see it?
Sure, yeah. They told me that
Oh,
I
no.
have no feeling in my nipple because they're like, it's not a real nipple, but they're like all the nerves are gone, whatever. But my nipples are actually 10 times more sensitive than they were
Oh, no.
when I had real nipples.
So it's very pleasurable.
No, it more is painful.
Oh, really?
Like if somebody like squeezes them, like if Lisa's pissed at me, like she'll like squeeze a
Squeezes
nipple,
your
and
nipple.
I'm just like, I'll do anything you want. Stop. Do you have a thing that you do to him, like when he's mean to you?
Evilly glare at me.
No.
Is he ever? mean
Should
to
I
you?
have a thing?
Yeah.
You know what? Today, actually, he did a really asshole move.
Oh yeah.
What
So
happened?
yesterday,
2 days ago.
2 days ago, I took a pole dancing class.
Oh, of course.
It was really fun, right? But I'm like so scrawny and weak that my whole body now is like in extreme pain. Like, have you ever heard like pole dancing is like one of the most crazy exercises you can do? It
Yeah,
works
I
out
hear
like
that
every
from
muscle
like
in your
whores
body.
who are like, no, seriously, it's like a big workout.
Well-
like, it's like a big workout.
You know, this is LA. Be open minded.
My mom, I'm gonna get her to pull dance.
You should. You should just get a pole in your house.
Mm.
Tons of people do it. But anyway, so I'm really, really sore, especially right here. And we're like vlogging, and I'm like bitching about how sore I am. And he just jabs me right in my sore
It was for the
spot.
vlog. We
Sore
had to
spot
get it.
is under her armpit for everybody.
Yeah. It's like it's intense because this is like, you know, when you're gripping a pole and you're
Sure.
like lifting your body, it's like right here.
So
Yeah.
what do you do?
So
you
what'd
didn't
you
anything?
do?
just
She
yelled?
kicked me in the
I
stomach.
screamed. Oh, I did kick you in the stomach,
Did you vlog
but it was a
that?
reflex.
It was all vlogging. Yeah. So it was worth it.
Wait, how did this happen? Oh, so many. Okay, where do I start? I have so many questions. Okay, first question. So I just found out from a tweet, because I asked, oh, send me some questions, and somebody sent, ask Anthony why him and her don't live together. You guys don't live
Oh,
together?
yeah.
We've explained that tons of times.
We've
yeah,
explained it so many times.
Yeah, I'll let you take it. I'm kind of tired of telling the story.
Long. I can tell you in 3 seconds.
Okay.
I'm going to school and I'm living close to the campus.
That's such a lie.
No.
Okay, here's what it is. Because Lisa came to me and said, hey, because after I told her, I was like reading the questions, and I'm like, they don't live together. And then she's like, wait, what? Aren't they like married? And I said, no, they're engaged. And then she goes, I was thinking about it. Maybe we should not live together. And I was like, what? And she's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sometimes, like, you just want to come home to, like watch TV and just, like, be alone. And I'm like, are you breaking up with me? She's like, no. What I'm saying is, like, sometimes you just want to, like, lay around. And so, like, half of it. I mean, yeah, the
Yeah,
school
I
is a
mean,
great,
There's
like.
definite perks.
Yeah.
What are you
So-
What are you going to school for?
Design.
Is that downtown?
Mhm.
Mm.
Wait, so,
Is
okay,
that
wait.
so far that you can't live downtown? Is that what the deal is?
I don't love downtown.
I've been trying to
She's been
get
trying to convince
him.
me, and there's places that I do like, and I like how everything's walking distance, and you could do whatever. But certain parts of it, I just really don't like. So there's. I don't know.
How did the conversation start? Because it did not start with like, "Baby, I'm going to school," and like
It actually did kind of start with that.
It probably
but then
started with your fart smells. So
there's there's the benefits. She and I would be together in the house almost 24 hours a day, depending on if I had to go out to shoot or something that day. So most of the time it would just be us together all the time. She'd hear me on my business calls, my writing calls, just for like 4 hours straight, and it's just probably a lot to deal with, right?
And I mean, nobody else really gets it besides maybe people who own businesses together
yeah.
or vloggers
Yeah.
or like YouTube couples, like what it's like to be with someone
24/7.
that much. Like
And
no
it's your
matter how
job
much
is
you
to
love
be with
someone,
them.
like you're gonna start getting annoyed.
So then what are you going to do when you get married? Because that's my question. Is like, I was talking to Lisa about it. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, here's the thing. I'm always, granted, at some point, hopefully I'll have like more of a going out. Like when I made the movie, it's like I was gone for a while, whatever. I'm like, but for the most part, being a YouTuber and being a creative person, like we're both kind of home doing a lot of stuff all the
Right.
time. How do you deal with that when you're married without killing each other?
Right? I don't know. I think maybe like I'm gonna get an office or he's
Yeah.
gonna get an office and we're gonna
Yeah.
kind of.
So we want to get a place when we get married, and it'd be nice to have 2 separate offices, so you can shut the door and like be
Well, do you
away.
think-
So it's
Shut
like
that
I'm
door.
going to work.
Do you think you should have, because I even thought about doing this, getting like an office away from my actual house?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, okay, you're thinking that.
Oh
I've
wow!
thought about
See what
it.
I'm cracking in the case, because like he was like, yeah, no, we're gonna be in the same house now. In her head, she's like, no, baby, you're gonna be driving 20 minutes away from me.
Well,
I would-
because ideally, I'm gonna be designing a line like clothing, so I'm gonna have to be like at a factory, like checking in on things and stuff. So I'm gonna have to be going back and forth a lot.
I think it's actually good, People a lot of times, like we get some crap for it. They're like, oh my God, like I want to be with my boyfriend all the time. How could you possibly?
And they're like 16, so they totally don't get it.
And then there's the people that have 9-to-5 jobs, and they're like, we live together and it's fine. And it's
Yeah.
like we're together so much, nonstop.
Did
Like,
you get engaged after you weren't living together?
No, we were
no,
together.
we
at
were
the
still
time.
living together.
Yeah.
We had lived together for like 2.5 years.
When did you
beforehand.
start living together?
Really soon after we.
No.
Well, not too soon, I guess you did.
No,
have the
because
apartment.
I moved. I had originally moved down to LA and then met him. We did long distance for like a few months, and then I ended up moving up to Sacramento. And then I wanted to get a cat, and Ian is allergic to cats, so I couldn't stay with
'Cause I was
them
living with
anymore.
him,
So
yeah.
I went and got my own place for a year, and
Then after
we
that,
moved back in
yeah.
together and got a house.
So we lived together for about 2.5
That's
years.
right. I remember I saw on Instagram, or no, that was before Instagram. Like maybe Twitter. You guys were like making a house, but then you didn't live there. So what happened?
No,
to
we
the
did.
house? You did.
We lived there for almost a year.
So you made the house and then you just sold it. Like,
Yeah.
We lived there for a year, and then we
What does
just
made a
decided-
house mean?
they like
Built
this
from
is
the ground up.
This is
Oh,
a
you
thing that
built?
YouTubers are doing now, which is amazing. But they don't do it in LA because I mean, girl, none of us are making that kind of money.
Yeah,
But, like
like,
you know,
where'd
you
you
do
do
it in
that?
like Sacramento or Texas.
Yeah.
But it's like these YouTubers are like making their houses from the ground up, and like Instagramming it. Like there's this guy I follow. I don't know. I follow him. I don't even know his name. But he's making a house, and he's just like, look at the stairs, and it's like these awesome, crazy stairs, and all the comments are like, I want to make a house, and I'm like, so do I. It's like this thing.
Not in LA.
Where did you do that? In Sacramento?
Yeah, that's
Sacramento.
Sacramento. It's way
Yeah.
cheaper there.
It's
Yeah. Oh hell
super
yeah.
cheap.
I mean,
So, but were you just? I guess being in Sacramento, you're like, well, there's only so many times we can like go to the mall. So like, let's move away from Sacramento.
that's pretty much what there was to do there. Is go to the mall.
Yeah.
go see
I
a
think we
movie.
both kind of had like a life crisis moment where we're like, we're 23 and we
Yeah.
just sit at home all day. Like we have
Yeah. I
I
no
feel like I wasn't
friends.
growing at all as a person. I felt like I was like, I'm just gonna do this forever. Like,
Yeah. I know, right?
yeah.
And you
So
just
what
don't.
changed when you moved down here? Like, what did you focus on?
It's not even necessarily that I. It's almost like I just have the option of doing whatever whenever I want.
Yeah.
So it
Different
feels
for
like
me.
for you, definitely.
I hang out with people like
Yeah.
3 times a week.
I work all the time, so when I get home, I'm just like I want to chill. Like, but I do hang out with a lot of people, and just being in a big city whenever I want to is nice.
Well, speaking of the future, this is just something I'm curious about. So like, what is the plan? Because like, okay, so and I'm gonna ask both of you separately because you're separate people with separate lives, separate ambitions. So like, okay, so for you, like for Anthony, so what's like the goal? What's the plan? Like, how are you gonna keep? Because you guys, I mean, you've been doing this for longer than I have, and you
9
guys
years
are
this year.
just as successful as you were back when you, or even more successful than you were when you first started. So like, it's something where you're like, well, I don't want to stop because it's doing well, but do you kind of want to kill yourself? Because I kind of want to kill myself.
Every
It's
once
like-
in a while, I do want to kill myself.
Mhm.
It becomes so hard, especially
How much
when
are you outputting? Like a video a week?
The It's a lot. One main channel video a week with the behind the scenes attached to it. 2 shows on our gaming channel a week. 1 vlog on our main, on our second channel, like a lunch or whatever. So it's like 5
and
videos
then
a week.
overseeing.
But then you guys have a channel.
Of stuff. What?
You guys have a
Oh, I
separate
do
channel.
all
Yeah,
that.
she does all the work, so I just pull out the camera, have fun, and give her the footage. So she
that's good.
edits all of it. Yeah.
Oh, I need that.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. So that's no work.
Wait, you don't have anyone helping you edit?
I have some help, but like I want Lisa to do it. You know what I mean? Like I just want her
What
to
do
like-
you get? You have a lot of people helping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would not be able to do so much.
No, I mean you guys have
Yeah.
like 10 million channels. So then what is like? So when is it?
What's
This
the goal?
Is, this is
the
my
end
like
game?
ultimate question because
Right.
I've never talked to anybody that does something similar to what
Yeah.
I do. Because you do sketches and and vlogs, but like all the other YouTubers that I know are just doing vlogs, which is even scarier because I'm like, what are you gonna do with that?
Yeah.
So like for you, I'm like, are you gonna try to make like a TV show or like a sketch? Like what is your thing?
I want to find ways to be able to output more content without necessarily being in it. You know, like we've created a Smosh brand of humor. I'd love to find other talent to be like, oh, here's a new show on the main Smosh channel that's like the exact same kind of humor, you know, with guys that are like good looking 18-year-old guys. Because let's face it, I'm getting old, you know.
Yeah.
I will be old eventually. So, yeah, it'd be cool to be able to oversee, like, you know, executive produce stuff that other people are making and really hammer in that Smosh comedy without me having to, in order for things to get bigger, for me to do more. Because right now I'm already working like, I don't know, 60 hours a week or something. And I've been doing this for probably 7 years out of the 9 that we've been doing videos. So the only way to grow bigger is by getting help.
Is like are movies and TV part of the plan?
I really don't want to do TV. Maybe if it were something good, I'd love to do a movie.
Do you want to be an actor? Is that your thing too?
It's weird. I would at times of like, God, I'd love to be an actor, and then I'm like, I'm not a good actor. So why do I want to do that? But
you're good in your stuff.
I'm good in the style of ridiculous, like me always saying, "Oh my God, I what?" You know, like it's super easy to do that, and I've been doing the same thing, same kind of acting for so long. If I did a movie, I'd have to have like an acting coach.
Is it hard? Like, do you have like I'm sure you have agents and stuff, and do they say like Anthony, come on, we're gonna try to get you in the new Transformers, and you're like, yeah,
I know. I probably would love to do something like as a 3-day spot or something in a movie. Like,
but I'm
that
talking
would
about
be
like
fun.
legit. Like, do they want you to go like on audition?
No, I've never really. I mean, I've
He
had.
doesn't even have an agent.
No, we
He,
don't
like-
really have an agent.
I thought you did. I thought you were with.
I used to have an agent, but I'm doing so much work right now. It's like, what would an agent do? Like, it's
Exactly.
through.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't have the
it's-
time.
Yeah.
Like, so many people don't get it, like viewers and stuff. They're like, oh, Smosh is going to live forever. And for some reason, they all think I'm going to be like the end of
thing that
Smosh.
destroys
Like, I'm
it.
going to pop out a baby and be like, Smosh is over.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
That's how I feel
But-
about Lauren.
Ian and I both. Ian and I both have kind of the same goal. Like, you know, we love doing it, but we can't keep doing the exact same thing forever. So there's going to be a way that it's going to change eventually.
That's interesting because my goal is very similar to what you guys are talking about.
Oh, yeah, I'm
which is,
interested to hear it.
Trying to, I want to obviously make movies and stuff, but I want to.
So you want to be an actor too?
No, God.
No?
I want to be acting my stuff.
Oh, okay.
And if I get an opportunity and something I actually like, then yeah, I would do it. But like my stuff, I don't know. I don't like being on set. I don't like waiting in
Yeah.
trailers. I'm like constantly thinking about my body
Whenever
and
he-
how fat I look. I
whenever
don't like being on
he-
screen.
Yeah, whenever he's just acting, it's kind of bored. Like, I feel
And
like
miserable. I hate being on
You
camera.
did so good in our video, like, you know, that we shot 4 years ago or 5 years ago,
Yikes.
or whatever.
I mean, oh my God, all I was thinking about the whole
Bigfoot?
time was the girl.
yeah, that Bigfoot one.
But anyways, but no, it's funny because I've never heard a YouTuber say this, which is just shows how smart you are. That sounds bad because it sounds like I'm calling other YouTubers stupid. What I'm trying to say
you
is
are.
other YouTubers think it's all about them. Like, oh, it's me. And I'm like, well, you don't understand like what happens when you're old. And like what happens when like you're kind of chubby and like 30 and like
It might be different for me
30?
because
I love when you say that. Like, that's the oldest age on the planet.
we're almost 40 shit or 30 shit.
I know, which is why I'm like, what are you going to do?
Oh.
Because I need to figure out what I'm going to
Yeah.
do too. Because what you're doing is, you said you want to expand, which is like, I have a couple shows on the weekend on my like second channel or whatever that I literally just oversee, but it's like 2 people making videos.
How's the audience reacted to that?
liking
Really
it?
That's
well.
great. That's awesome. That's
So
the first step.
yeah, and that's my goal is like, okay, well, eventually I'm not going to be in this stuff because I'm going to be like married with kids. And like
Yeah.
it's weird to be like, come on, kids.
But I think you're nervous to do that for your main channel.
That's where it's going to be the hard.
But when
That's
you
for
brought up that you're thinking
We're
about that,
thinking about that.
I'm like, okay, well then, fucking, I'm gonna stop being a pussy and I'm gonna think about it too.
it would be like a 2 or 3 year transition. It would be tough because, you know, you have to make sure that the people don't feel like you're just throwing someone at them saying you're gonna like this guy.
Yeah.
Well, we also like when we did a couple Miley parodies, but we did Wrecking Ball. I don't think you were like in that one.
Oh,
at
yeah.
all.
Yeah, I try
And
not to be in the parodies because I'm like, well,
It
And it still did well, right?
Oh my god.
yes,
I think it's at like 30 million. Is that one at 30 million?
Wow.
I don't know, but that's my goal is
Huge.
like to get try to slowly get out of the videos and just do the intros and be like, see, I was in it, guys, get it, but I really wasn't. So then, okay, so Chloe, what's your like obviously clothing line? So that's
Popping
so
out babies. And
So
clothing
YouTube
line.
is kind of like a way to eventually, which is the future, marketing this
Well,
lifestyle brand.
I don't really know if our demographic is definitely going to be like my consumers, but I mean,
What is your consumer? You think?
like young women.
You don't think young women watch?
I think our viewers are mostly like 12 to 16.
But there's some that are older. I mean, you'll be able to.
But they're gonna grow
but I
up.
don't look at it like that.
Mhm.
Like I don't look at it like, oh, I'm gonna need my viewers to
Right.
make money.
It's not the.
It's really like
You kind of want the stuff to be so good that it won't matter. Like people just want it because it's good.
right. And honestly, I look at it. I mean, this is gonna sound really shitty, but
I love shit.
I kind of look at it like I'm not doing this to make money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of doing this because I feel like I'll have enough money to fund it myself, and it's kind of just like a creative project for me.
the clothing line.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because it's gonna be very. It's not gonna be like t-shirts and jeans. It's gonna be kind of like weird shit. So
What is that? What is
What is weird shit?
I want to
Like,
wear
What
it.
are we talking about? Like Gaga weird?
kind of like cosplay meets everyday, like
What was
very
the first-
Ooh, I
intricate.
like that
What's
tagline.
What's cosplay?
You don't know what cosplay?
Oh, here we go.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, remember when we were talking about the Renaissance Fair? Now pretend like the Renaissance Fair is Japan, and pretend like it's not corsets; it's like Japanese characters. You know
So
what
like
I'm saying?
Harajuku girls?
Kind of, but not that intense.
but with swords.
Yeah, more like fantasy and odd, like
Are you gonna sell wigs?
no.
Because bitch, that's my thing.
So what was it? It was cosplay meets
Every
Every
day.
day.
every.
Is that
So
your
it's, like,
tagline?
toned down. No.
That's good. Cause every day.
We'll
Cause
see,
of
though.
every day.
I mean, I'm pretty like, I'm like,
Your everyday cause.
play every day. Everyday play. Holy fuck. You can take it. It's fine.
I'm kind of all over the place when it comes to like ideas and ambitions and stuff. Like one day I'll be like, oh, I want to do a clothing line, and then I'll be like, oh, I want to move to Africa, and
Those
I'm
are
just
very different.
I'm really like,
like, wait,
Although
what?
Africa could totally use some cosplay. I think they would love it.
they kind of already have cosplay going on,
A little bit.
like a weird
bit.
way, their own way.
Okay, that's interesting. So what's the plan? Like, are you gonna do? You're gonna do schooling, and then like, when are we gonna get some cosplay shit?
I don't know, honestly.
Are you at FITM?
Mm. Make it
Ba-dum,
work. Make it
ba-dum.
work.
It's a fun thing to say.
Oh, that's interesting. So okay, so when's the wedding? Have you guys announced it? Are you gonna
Yeah.
vlog it?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna get like a camera
You
guy? and
set a
everything?
date. By the way, you were never even remotely this interested in my wedding. I just want to say that for the record.
Because you weren't. It was not a YouTube wedding. YouTube weddings, I eat that shit up.
I mean,
don't-
I like literally, I would get reprimanded.
My favorite was, I'm not going to say who it was because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but I got an invitation to a YouTube wedding one time, and on the invitation it was like, and BTW, like, don't tweet about this because we don't want fans showing up, and like, we don't want like helicopters, and like, it's like, who do you think you are? Like, none of us.
Oh
so,
my God.
So I love that. So I'm obsessed with YouTube weddings. I watched the Charles Trippy one like 18 times. Now they're divorced, so it's sad. I don't know.
Oh.
I know, it's really depressing. God, love doesn't exist.
But yeah.
So
Love
how
is
is love is dead, guys? Okay, so like what? Okay, so are you gonna film it? Is it gonna be like extravagant? Like what's
It's gonna be a party wedding. It's gonna be huge.
Like
and we
where?
don't really have like, I mean, let's be real. Like as far as close friends between the two of us, we probably have about 20,
Yeah.
if even.
That's a lot.
I
That's a
could
lot.
count them on one hand.
So we're
Like,
gonna invite all the YouTube crew
Mm-hmm.
and stuff just to make it like more fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's a VidCon wedding.
It is gonna be like a VidCon wedding.
Yes,
No, I mean,
please.
it's at VidCon. Your main stage.
No.
Oh my god.
in the lobby of VidCon.
I know what you're doing. You're talking to VidCon right now.
Yeah,
They're like, what do you want
so
to do for main stage? I'm
it's
like, okay,
happening.
so I'm
It's
gonna come
happening in a
out.
That would be insane.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Wait, how many people are gonna be there?
I don't know.
Do you know? Have you guys
People,
been,
people always ask me that, and I'm like, God, I feel like it's gonna be this situation where I invite like 100, but then like I get all of these like DMs and stuff like, oh, so and so's going, can we go? And then,
We want to be a really non-traditional, just really fun, just a celebration.
We went like
without
literally like a 5-second ceremony because I fucking hate.
We want it to be just be
ceremonies.
fun, you know.
Are you gonna dress up like Japanese people?
Oh my God,
we're
we're
not
not that Japanese stuff.
people listening probably think that we're like dressed up right now,
Yeah, you
with,
are.
like
It's
purple
weird.
wigs
But
on.
For
That's
the
so
record,
fun.
I'm in like pajamas
Yeah.
right now.
She is
I'm
wearing
naked
sweatpants.
right now.
She's one of those petite girls that could wear like a fucking garbage bag and be like, I don't know, it's like an
it's so
outfit.
true.
Like I can't do that. Like I can't. Like I could never.
No,
like,
if you
she-
wore what she was wearing,
Oh my
it would
god,
be disgusting.
it would be like
Oh
you you would literally be like, "Oh my god, what is wrong? Like, what's happened?
I'd see like your happy trail.
Who
and I'd be so
died?
invested.
What happened?" And this one's
I'd
like,
see
"Oh
your
my
dog
God."
bitten off nipple and be
Oh my
like, "What is
God.
that?"
And this one shows up and she's like, I just like threw it out. And I'm adorable. You can't help it. It's okay. I get it.
Yeah,
We are
good
running
though.
late though. We have to.
Oh, we're running late. Okay,
yeah,
well, we gotta. The last thing we gotta do,
my God.
obviously, is
I see it goes by so fast.
call my
Yeah,
mamacita.
Jesus.
Before we call my mamacita, usually I do the comments after that, but I'm gonna do it first because I have them right here. So every day, whoa, sorry, I just saw Tara Reed's nipple. I love her so much. Okay, here we go. Comments. We don't have a theme song for this. Comment time. Here we go. Comments. Tara Reed's nipples. Oops. Okay, here we go. This is from Electric. And it says, oh, by the way, these comments are from sdarmy.com. If you want us to read your comments, go to that fucking website and write some. Okay. This is from Electric. And it says, because the conversations are not staged and forced to move along, except for Lauren just said, we're running late.
Move along.
It makes it truly enjoyable to listen to and laugh along with. I love the honesty and openness of everyone that has been on the show. And Shane's effort to keep giving our community something like this is really appreciated. I hope it continues.
Sounds like you're just trying to kiss your own ass. Right
Yeah.
now.
Well,
Why'd you choose that
Here's
one?
what I
Did
do.
you write that?
Here's
I think you wrote.
Here's what I do. I read one nice one because the next two are going to be really
They're gonna be
horrible.
like horrible about me.
Here's the deal. When I just read the horrible ones, all the comments are, Shane only reads the horrible ones. So I have to throw in a nice one. This one is from Nathan. It says, I told everyone that I had a friend called Lauren. She was Jewish, and she got fingered in a Jew camp, and she threw shade everywhere all the time. They all believed me and said, that's so sad.
Why? That sounds like a great story. What was wrong with that?
And then they said, Lauren, snip her till I die. So that's sweet.
Oh my god, that was sweet. Thank you.
Is that story about you?
Totally.
The story of Lauren's life, getting fingered at Jew camp. This is from Renzo, and it says, Lauren is definitely an interesting person, funny and bitchy sometimes. But I feel like underneath the humorous Jew exterior might actually be a real person.
Why do
Might.
they all know you're Jewish?
Might.
You talk
Is
about it all
that a
the
big
time.
topic? Does that shape your
just- I mean,
personality?
is it not obvious? Like, is it something?
It totally shaped. The first thing I thought when I looked at you was like, oh my god, that
She's
girl's Jewish.
so Jewish.
Super Jewish.
That's actually so true.
She's wearing a yarmulke right now. It's
Mhm.
really.
The story of my camp life. What was the song?
Remember when you were a Jew and you, well, you still, but remember when you got fingered at camp and then the epic mealtime guy was like, I got fingered at camp. That was an interesting day. Okay,
I loved
speaking of
him.
getting fingered at camp, I'm going to call my mom. She's going to have the last question. Very excited because she doesn't know. Well, she knows I'm calling her. She doesn't know who it is. And I mean, we all know.
Did she come up with a question on the spot?
I don't know. Did she
I
prepare?
don't know. She doesn't know. Sometimes I tell her who it is, but I didn't tell her because I know her reaction. It's going to be, there's going to be silence because she's going to be crying and then she's going to be like, what? She loves,
Don't
she
hype
loves
it up.
you.
Don't hype it
I
up.
thought she
has
just did
your-
that to everyone.
No,
she
no, no.
does.
Tara,
Yes.
you and
See?
Tara Reid. But she has that weird, like, you guys sent, which was very smart marketing wise, but you guys sent everybody those magazines. And you
Uh-huh.
guys, is that still
Oh.
around? You guys still doing that?
No.
Okay. It was interesting.
Oh
But
yeah, I
you-
remember those.
But it
Yeah,
was
it
like
was
there was
fun.
like cardboard cutouts of faces.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
no.
there's still your face at my mom's house and she still wears it.
Oh my god.
Like, I'm not kidding. Oh my God. Do you guys like fuck and then like you make
We
him
do.
put on like Ian's
We
mask?
do. And then she puts on my mask. So.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
genius.
Yeah. I was gonna ask that. Yeah. Well done. Well played.
That's so
We both just put on masks on myself. Actually, it's really.
I want it. I want to watch every
You want to
bit
be
of
the
it.
best version of you, so you put the mask on.
By the way,
I
guys,
get it.
they're waiting until marriage. They're waiting until marriage to have sex.
Oh, good.
Uh-huh.
Congratulations.
I always throw it out there because I don't know if people care.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you want to sit here?
I'm calling my mom right now.
Do you
I'm
want to
trying
sit
to find
here?
her number. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
We're waiting until marriage to kiss. Actually, so.
Have you seen people who do that?
Yeah.
It's scary.
Do what?
They wait to kiss until they're married and then they film it on TLC.
Yes. Do you watch TLC a lot?
Oh, TLC.
Oh my god, I watch TLC all
TLC
day.
is the best channel. You have a big microphone. TLC is.
I told you.
We just switched microphones, by the way. Now you know what it's like to have a small microphone.
No, you know
Anyways,
what it's like. Call your
no,
damn mother.
TLC. Oh my god.
Ours are both bright and red. Bright red microphone. Little tips.
Do this. You're
Just share his mic.
well.
I mean, that's
Here,
What the
wait.
hell's
Wait,
why'd
what's
you have
the
to
problem?
switch? Why'd you-
because we don't have a sophisticated situation.
Oh, because
so-
you want to hear your mama.
Yeah, she won't hear you.
Are we gonna share?
Hold on.
I'm gonna do one of these.
Yeah, I'm getting so close to Shane right now.
Oh my
We'll
God.
edit some of this
We can
out.
pretty.
No,
much
don't
do
edit any of this out.
No.
It's real, guys. TLC real. Here we go. Calling my mama.
Story of my
I'm scared of what she'll say.
We all are.
I'm scared of the noises she's gonna make.
Noises.
What do you think she's
I'm
doing?
always
right
afraid
now?
she's not going to be
I
home.
wouldn't. I'd be so like just sitting around waiting for a call. Like I'm in high
I told
school
her
again.
2:30 too. By the way, she's like,
Ethan.
"Mom,
Yes.
I'm on a podcast right now,
Okay.
and I am here with Anthony from Smosh.
Oh my God.
Hey!
This is huge.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, great.
Oh, my dog's excited too.
Every time my mom gets excited, it's genuine when the dogs start. I feel her energy.
I mean, that's the most chocolate's ever barked, so he knows it's a big deal.
Oh my God, Mom, do you remember when you stalked him at VidCon?
I loved it, yeah.
I was so excited.
You were so mad that I didn't
I was
get a
so
picture.
excited to see you.
Oh, it was awesome. How are you doing?
Doing great. Your son's in a cave right now. We're all naked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. I'll be there in 10. Okay, Mom, what's your question?
Okay, Anthony, how about, let me see.
Uh-oh, I'm scared.
If you woke up tomorrow and you were my age, which is kind of old,
Uh-oh.
what would you most fondly remember regarding, what you do and your career right now?
Oh my God, that's such a serious question.
question.
I thought you were gonna say, what would you most fondle?
Yeah, what do you think you're going to look back on and enjoy the most, or have the
Yeah,
most
it's
best
so
memory?
it's so weird because when you've been doing what I do for 9 years, it just time flies. Like I feel like
Yeah.
yesterday, I was meeting Shane for the first time. Honestly, it's probably the meeting the fans that enjoy what we do, and they're it's just such an honest reaction, and I'm like, oh my God, someone feels this strongly about meeting me. Like I'm just a guy, and it's crazy when they treat me like I'm something more than that, and yeah, it's just the fan response.
And he's also going to think about the time that he didn't get a picture with you
Yeah,
at VidCon. It was really depressing.
The time I met you.
How could I have that amazing moment and not get a picture? I still can't believe
Oh
it.
God, was that a setup for me to say the time I met you? Because I feel so
It was
bad.
I
supposed to
should
be.
have had my camera out and ready.
Oh man,
Well, thank you, Mom. I can feel your love through the phone. And
so can I. Thank you. It's so
Okay,
good to
it was
talk to you.
great talking to you, honey.
Thank you.
Bye,
So
love
good
you.
to talk to you. Bye.
Love you, honey. Bye-bye.
That was
Like
amazing.
that question.
By the way, that's my Mother's Day gift to her, so now I don't have to get her shit. Sorry,
That was such a heartfelt question. I did not know what to say. I was expecting to say some kind of penis boob joke.
No, my mom is a very,
We keep shit
heartfelt
real
woman.
here.
Yeah.
Well, my mom keeps it real. I don't.
Right. No, that's what I mean.
P.S. You're wearing. So I just did this movie, and I had to wear the shoes you're wearing are the shoes my character wore.
No way.
The entire movie.
Oh my God.
So I'm having like flashbacks because they were so uncomfortable because
These
it
are
was
uncomfortable. How?
No, not here, but in the snow they're uncomfortable,
We were like in the snow. It was like a degree.
and they're
out.
not like temperature wise. Like my feet were
No.
fucking
But
frozen the whole time.
Your outfit was sexy. Did you wear that the whole time?
Nice.
Like
Mhm.
was it all taking place in one day?
Mm-hmm.
No, it was like it's over a weekend.
2 days.
Yeah.
Weekend. Well, there you guys go. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Thank you for doing this.
Wait,
Thank you guys both
I
for doing
really
this.
have something I feel like I need to share.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Because I was listening to this entire podcast from the room, and I heard the girl story, and I just feel like this is something I probably shouldn't share, but
Wait,
I
what
feel
girl
like
story?
I need
Girdle.
to. Girdle.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so listen, this is just how Anthony is. So this is a really, really, really embarrassing story that I should not say out loud.
Oh my God. Don't say this story.
No, I'm going to, because you keep it real on here, and,
Oh my
and
God,
I
it's
respect
so
that.
real.
I keep it real too.
I'm so wet right now.
Okay, listen.
Okay.
So, my personality, like when I get really into doing something, I like don't eat and stuff. Like I'm just really, really focused on getting something done, right?
I'm so scared you're saying this.
I know, right? Okay, so sometimes, we all have these moments where we have to poop, but like,
Oh God.
if you're in the middle of something and you don't want to get up and
Oh
walk to
my
the
God.
bathroom.
I know where this is going.
You don't know where it's going.
No, listen. Okay. So I had a moment, where I had like the teeniest little bit of poop in my underwear. Okay. So like, literally like,
Wait.
Not like
Wait,
okay.
you skipped. You
stop, listen. Like the size of like a piece of dog food, like tiny, right?
It wasn't like smashed.
All right. Stop.
I can't breathe right now. I'm so
I
disturbed.
can't even believe that this is disturbing you. Like
my
you say,
God.
okay, listen.
Okay.
So I get up and I go to the bathroom, like, after that, because I'm like, oh, fuck, this is time.
Yeah,
So
no.
I go, right? Didn't notice.
I would just like to point out Shane's face right now. I wish you could see it.
Wait,
I'm
didn't notice what?
Okay, I didn't notice that when I went, the little piece of poop fell on the ground.
Oh my God.
Stop. All right, listen. Okay, seriously though, you've never
No,
done
no,
this.
keep-
You've never had like
Never.
a little tiny pebble
No.
of poop in your underwear.
Babe,
No.
this is not a common thing.
No.
It's never
My
happened
poop
to
isn't.
any
My
of us.
poop is not.
No, if
pebbles.
I let a little, I don't. There's no such thing as a little
No.
poop. A
Really?
little comes out.
No,
it's-
mine's a mudslide.
Yeah.
Mine's not.
No,
not. There's no gravel
I
involved.
agree. I agree.
Like-
I'm right there with you.
Anyway, okay. So we had only been dating maybe like 4 or 5 months. So and I didn't know it had happened. So he obviously goes in the bathroom, sees the little piece of poop on the floor, comes back out and says, "Is that yours in there? Is that?"
You're just embarrassing everybody.
I don't know. Honestly,
fuck?
I was just like, what is that? Is that
Literally,
your?
You don't even understand. I went back in the bathroom. I'm like, what's he talking about? Because I didn't like really realize.
How did you not know
I
that a piece of
literally-
poop fell on the
I mean,
floor?
because we're talking like
Like small, yeah.
tiny.
No, your butthole's like tiny. Like I get
Yeah.
it. It's like a sprinkle. Why wouldn't you just pick it up and
Yeah,
throw
what-
it away? Why would you let?
Right.
Why
I
would
didn't
you-
even think about. I don't know.
I
I've
literally-
learned since then to just
I
keep
don't
my
know.
mouth
I
shut.
think I'm on his side here. I'd be like, what is this?
But like, I went back in there and
There was no way I thought it was hers.
Right.
Oh, come on.
Like what?
There
How
were
could
two
that
other
happen?
people in the house.
I've never
Did
even
you-
heard of that happening.
I've never heard that.
Well, you
before.
asked me if it was mine, so obviously.
I just want to say,
Yeah, no.
claps for you.
That's a man who stays with you after that. You hold on.
I was
to him.
clapping for her
You hold
because
on.
she just shared a story.
You
like
pooped on the
that.
floor.
Okay,
I
it
pooped
was
on the floor.
literally a rabbit turd.
I've
it
pooped
was
like a full turd on
it
the
was
floor.
an innocent
You pooped
little-
on the floor. Well done.
Well, on that note, guys,
But really, though,
if you ever feel like pooping on the floor or wearing a girdle, don't date Anthony because he will call you out on both of those things.
I
Yeah.
am such a dick. I didn't even know that. See, I was not trying to be rude about either of them. I'll just try to. I'll point
I just
that
wanted
out.
to crawl inside my skin and die.
Oh
I
my God, me
literally
too.
thought about jumping out the window.
I
and
wanted to
just never
crawl
coming
inside of my
back.
extra skin and die. No.
I'm sorry.
And there was room in there.
I'm sorry.
All right. Well, okay, wait. Really quickly, everybody obviously knows where to find you guys, but really quick, what's the name of your guys' channel? Your combined channel.
Yeah, watch us live and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then obviously Smosh. And then what's the name of your individual channel?
Oh, don't worry about it.
I feel like
No-
you
no one
change it
cares.
every 5 seconds.
I do, yeah.
What's your Twitter names? Smosh
Oh,
Anthony.
Smosh Anthony.
Kyle Kitten.
Mm-hmm. All right, go follow them and.